And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SNU Football Stadium. Crimson Storm football is on the air this afternoon. The Crimson Storm look for their first win of the 2024 season as they take on Northwestern Oklahoma State. Hi, everyone. Luke McConnell, Landry Franks here with you on a hot and blustery afternoon here in Bethany, Oklahoma. And Landry, we are glad to be in the booth and excited to see what the Crimson Storm have. Coming off a tough 26-6 loss last week against Arkansas Tech, but a lot of really good things came out of that game as well.
Yeah, it was a good game, and a game that was a lot closer than the scoreline, the end scoreline would have showed. Some highlights just quickly, thinking back to last week, the defense played their best game. Luke, that, we both said this, and Coach Hayda even alluded to it, one of the best games they played in the last probably 5 or 6 years. On the defensive front, just really getting ahead of the Tech offensive linemen, preventing any kind of run, and certainly there were some things they wanted to clear up in the passing game. Worked on that this week. But a game where the opportunities were there. Several red zone trips, all without touchdowns. But if you think back to week one, dramatic improvement from the offense that really struggled against a really good Harding team. Lots of first downs, lots of ball movement, but just couldn't finish in the red zone with touchdowns. And something they're going to look forward to doing today against this Northwestern Rangers defense.
Yeah, quarterbacks Bryson Evans and Rashid Noel. They've been neck and neck the entire offseason, the entire season thus far. Coach Hayda needing someone to pull away, to play well, to really seize that starter's role. But, he mentioned several critical errors combined between the two of them last week against Arkansas Tech. Rashid Noel, the senior from Coppell, Texas, will be getting the start today, getting the first crack at the Northwestern Oklahoma State defense. But Landry, in your estimation, what do these guys need to do in order to seize that job?
Put together a couple consistent drives. They both showed flashes. They both made similar mistakes. And none of them are huge mistakes, but none of them have really taken the bull by the horns and asserted themselves in this starting position. We asked Coach Hayda this week if there's anyone that's a front runner, and he basically said, to be determined. It's up for both of them. And it certainly felt like that last week. So, looking forward to seeing another good opportunity for both these young players to get a chance to take the reins. And hopefully by the end of today, we know which one of those players it might be.
Northwestern Oklahoma State comes in 0-2 this season as well, having dropped games at Arkansas Monticello in the season opener and last week at home against Ouachita Baptist. The Rangers coached by Ronnie Jones, his second season at the helm for Northwestern Oklahoma State. And new face in Alva this year is defensive coordinator Jerry Glanville. That is the same Jerry Glanville of Houston Oilers and Atlanta Falcons head coaching fame from back in the 80s and early 90s. But the Rangers have a lot of talent, tons of new faces, especially along the lines of scrimmage. And Landry, Coach Hayda said SNU needs to tackle well, or else this could become a track meet.
Yeah, I think we heard a similar message last week that tackling well is so key. And they, to the defense's credit, tackled really well last week, and certainly capable of doing that. They're going to have their opportunities tonight, especially on the outside, like you said, Luke, at open field tackling. That's the hardest kind of tackling there is when it's you and a receiver, you and a running back. You've got to break down, be mentally disciplined, and just grab a shoelace, grab whatever you can, and help your team rally around the ball. So they've got to tackle well, and they've got to play crisp assignment football. Not trying to do too much, but just playing consistent football on the defensive end.
We sat down with Coach Dustin Hayda earlier this week to break down last week's matchup against Arkansas Tech and set up this week's matchup against the Rangers. Here's Coach Hayda with his thoughts on the Crimson Storm. Pregame conversation with SNU head coach Dustin Hayter. The Crimson Storm taking on Northwestern Oklahoma State today here in Bethany. And Dustin, going back to last week, a tough loss against Tech, but a lot of really positive things to take away from that one as well.
Yeah, there was. It was tough. We didn't execute in the red zone very well, and that really killed us and made some blunders in crucial situations. So we're still learning and growing through that. Our run defense was what we expected it to be, and they played excellent. And they keep turning the ball over on forcing turnovers, and we're limiting that. I know we threw one up, but so that's a really positive coming out of that. And just the physicality with which we played on defense was really positive. Our O-line played pretty well, and so there's definitely some things to build off of. Our special teams was excellent minus a play, and so we just keep stacking on top of that. But they're improving, and they're working hard to improve and focused on playing the way that we want to play.
Both Bryson Evans, Rashid Noel playing at quarterback, both had good moments, both had learning moments. How have those guys been coming along through the early part of the season?
Yeah, like you said, man, it's make a play and take a step back. So we're looking for some consistency there. Rashid will get the start today and keep going. But those guys have been battling, they've been competing, but they support one another and they know what's expected of them. They want to be great and they want to make those plays. And so it's right now I see it kind of as an experience issue. And the more situations we can get them in, the more they're going to rise to the occasion in those. So just stay with it and have them grow and learn through this and everybody around them be a little bit better and we'll put it all together for sure.
Every team's unique over the course of your coaching career. What makes the 2024 SNU team a little unique?
Well, we're still learning through it, and we're still 2 games in. We've still got a lot to learn, and some inexperienced guys are getting thrown into it, and so that's been good. I've liked that. There's had to be some generational leadership from older guys just passing things down to the young guys and watching that be fruitful with inexperienced guys on the field. And we've got a long way to go, and we've got to play better football. But when the player-led culture that we've got going right now, those seniors are doing an outstanding job of leadership and in practice, and these guys still love to play football, and they love playing with each other. We've just got to play better football, particularly in crucial situations and third down and red zone for sure.
What challenges do the Rangers pose for your team today?
Defensively, of course, their scheme is a little bit different. It's an old school scheme of 3 interior D linemen, which is a little bit different. It gives us some different reads as we go, and they've got some talent up front on their defense. And so, working O-line versus D-line is going to be a key really for our offense, and then working our perimeter assignments and blocking is going to be important for our offense. Defensively, they spread you out. You've really got to cover number to number. And then also they'll press you deep some. So if we tackle, it could be a really, really good day for our defense. If we don't, man, it could be a track meet. So for our defense, their biggest thing this week is tackle in space, tackle when they get you in one-on-ones, which they do formationally and in their scheme. So we got to tackle on defense and we've got to block on offense. It sounds crazy, but that's it again. You got to block and tackle for sure.
Tell me you've goaded the offense at least once this week, saying that they have an opportunity to get the best of a former NFL head coach.
They don't have a clue. I'm dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds, a couple 22-year-olds, but no, they don't even have a clue. It's just another guy, but they have, they look at the scheme and they're like, I've never seen this before. So I give them a little history lesson on that, and it morphs into NASCAR and Elvis. I mean, it just goes a lot of different ways. But no, they're too young. They don't know anything about what's going on, but it'll be fun.
Absolutely. Well, Dustin, thanks for your time as always, and best of luck today against Northwestern.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And welcome back to SNU Football Stadium. Both teams set to take the field here on a hot Saturday afternoon in Bethany, Oklahoma. Landry, as we count down to kickoff, your keys for today's game for the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, the first one we've already discussed, but it's solid quarterback play from one of these guys, and maybe it's both of them. But certainly think that today is the day that one of these quarterbacks takes control, whether it's Noel or Evans. they're going to have their opportunities, and they need to take advantage of them today.
Captains meeting out at midfield right now for both teams. Jamari Johnson, Zach Cizik, Austin Martin, Emmanuel Obina out there for the Crimson Storm. Matthew Sabady, Mark Zamora, and Kobe Tillman out there for the Rangers as SNU takes the field. The Rangers come in off two tough losses, 34-7 against Arkansas Monticello and 56-2 against Ouachita Baptist. Landry, you look at the numbers on this one, and both teams at or near the bottom of the standings in pretty much every statistical category, especially on the defensive side of things, although SNU yet to have a touchdown this year puts them down there as well. But anytime you're going to have two games, with one of those being against the class of the conference, Ouachita for Northwestern and Harding for SNU, the numbers aren't going to look good early on. But this is a day where both teams can maybe find some success, get some things rolling consistently on both sides of the ball, and find some confidence, because it's this is the quarter mark of the season already with the third game of the year, and both teams looking for some confidence to see how the rest of the year is going to play out.
Yeah, certainly, and you saw some confidence building for this Crimson Storm team in the first half, when the score was just a 3-point game going into half, and they had plenty of opportunities. Really, Luke, at halftime last week, we thought they should be winning. So it's right there. It's right there for them to take. In fact, Coach Hayda even mentioned that on the 4th down and goal, there was opportunities to score even then. So it's not for lack of opportunities, but it certainly is going to be a confidence boost for them to get in the end zone today. Now for this Rangers team, they've gotten the ball in the end zone, and they've had success at times, but defensively they're going to need to step it up against a complicated and an offense of the Crimson Storm that shows a variety of fronts, shows a variety of formations, and changes in and out positions, and anyone can get the ball at any time. So they're going to need to be on their toes, and I think the Crimson Storm are going to be able to take advantage of that.
SNU will be receiving to start the game. Moving left to right into a moderate south wind here this afternoon. Nothing too bad. It'll be Kamaro Collins and Rylan Johnson. Cade Barron back deep for the Crimson Storm.
Cade Barron, one of the special teams kind of spotlights for SNU last week, had several really solid returns. Just seemed like he was one or two missed tackles or broken tackles away from taking one back to the house. So maybe we start this game off with some electricity.
So it'll be Tyler Fury set to kick this one away, the junior out of Belchassi, Louisiana. Setting up for a short kick. And pooches this down. It will be Barron from the 14-yard line. Picking his way to the near side. One man to beat. Cuts it back to the sideline. Just tripped up by the kicker, Fury, up at the 38-yard line. But a solid return right off the bat for Southern Nazarenes' Cade Barron, the redshirt freshman out of Ringling, Oklahoma. Michael Okuwobi lost his helmet on the play. And a couple words there with the coaching staff.
Yeah,
we showed a lot of emotion last week.
Certainly. There's a flag down on the far side 50 as well.
So no penalty flag on the play. Okay, Okuwobi's helmet came off on his own, the official said. So Rashid Noel, senior out of Coppell, Texas, transferred in from Emporia State last year, is the quarterback. Two wide receivers either side. Cody Conaway, the freshman tight end, getting the start. Dalen Smith out with injury today. Jarrell Farr comes in motion to the near side. Noel pulls it out of his belly, trying to pick his way around left side. Loses 2 yards as Rashawn Callaway, redshirt freshman out of Chickasha, took him down for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and he nearly was able to escape that and had some room in front of him. the Rangers defense keying in on Jarrell Farr created the open space for Noel, but the shoestring tackle prevents him from gaining any yards.
Farr out there with Colby Branch and Donovan Hill. Carlos Cepeda is the running back. We'll get to the offensive line in a moment. Noel takes the snap, gives it to Carlos Cepeda. Right up the middle he goes. No space for him. He gains 1 back up to the 37-yard line before Mufta Agali takes him down, the senior out of Windsor, Ontario. The SNU offensive line from left to right, Andy Cardenas, Aaron Basavich, David Armijo, Zach Cizik, and David Morales. So a 3rd and long here for SNU on the first series of the ball game. A minute gone by first quarter. Ball just inside the left hash. It's 3rd and 11. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Conway, the tight end, down at 3-point stance, but a gap from the right tackle Morales. Play clock running down and some miscommunication here as SNU's going to have to burn a timeout, not being able to get the call in.
Yeah, and Conway, who's filling in at tight end this week, was split out, maybe 2 feet from the tackle there, and that motion, I wonder if that motion was supposed to stall in between, and when that motion came all the way across the formation, that's when Noel looked at the sidelines like, what am I supposed to do here? So not the greatest start to the game for the Crimson Storm. Certainly don't want to burn a timeout this early, but you also don't want to run a play that makes no sense on 3rd down. You'll notice, Luke, we've talked about this, and Coach Hader was quick to point it out, but this defense is basically playing 5-down linemen. So in the last 3rd down, they had 5 guys with their in a 3-point stance, or some of them a 4-point stance. We've got 4-down linemen here, but just really different compared to the rest of the offenses you see, or defenses you see in this conference.
3rd and 11 for the Crimson Storm. Branch comes in motion to the near side, makes it 3 wide to the right. Rasheed Noel rolls that way, evades 1 tackler, fires it downfield, looking for Colby Branch, and it's intercepted. Bashu Delco with the interception right at midfield. They mark him at the 49-yard line of SNU, and that was Noel trying to make chicken salad out of nothing there, and it ended up a turnover and a momentum boost for the Rangers defense.
Yeah, I think they're just so wanting to make a play that sometimes you just hope that someone can, but 3 and 2, not really any Storm players there, just mostly Rangers crowded around that football, just an easy interception. And instead of a punt, you really give them great field position, and this defense is going to have to show what they're made of here early in this game.
Quarterback for the Rangers will be Brody Johnson, getting the start today after Beck Moss got the start in the first 2 contests. Sophomore out of North Bend, Nebraska, transferred in to the program from Peru State College. 2 on the play clock. Johnson just gets the snap off in time, pulls it out of the belly of his running back. Johnson picks his way around right side across the 40-yard line and down to the 39-yard line. It's going to be enough for the first down for the Rangers, a pickup of 10 on first down for Johnson.
Yeah, just a speed option is what it looked like, Luke, and fakes the pitch to his running back, and there's nothing but green grass in front of him.
Two running backs to the left of Johnson, 2 wide receivers left, 1 right for the Rangers. Johnson runs that way, tried to cut it back against the grain, instead slipped on the turf and lost 4 yards back to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to bait SNU here with that formation. Very strange. 2 running backs to the left, they both sprint out with the quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised later on in the game if we see that, and then there's just kind of a dump pass to one of those running backs. So SNU's going to need to stay on their toes, not fall asleep with the quarterback run.
Rangers in all white today. A really nice look. Script Rangers on the helmet. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. The running backs flank Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson back to pass. Fires it out to the right side. It's caught over there on the far side. The number 7, Jameek Johnson. 5'10 junior out of New Brunswick, New Jersey. Gets down to the 36-yard line of SNU. So that is a 7-yard pickup. makes it 3rd down and about 7 from the 36. They need to get down to the SNU 29-yard line. Clock moving, 11:40 to go first quarter. No score between the Rangers and the Crimson Storm.
You got to think 2-down territory here for the Rangers.
Ball on the right hash. Johnson takes a snap. Back to pass. Has time now under pressure. David Omasigo chasing him from the backside, and he corrals him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him 1 to the 35, 2 to the 34. That was generous, to say the least.
Great
Holy
spot.
Smokes. And that makes it 4th down and 5, and the Ranger offense staying on the field for this first 4th down of the ball game.
Yeah, Omasigo coming from the backside. It is a play fake, so the quarterback is in the pocket for a second. But it's a short play fake. And then a boot action to the right, and Omasigo coming from the backside defensive end position, making the play. Good effort.
Play clock down to 10 as the Rangers come to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right.
They're not going to get it off.
Johnson back to pass. Don't know if everybody was set. Johnson, go route down the far sideline. It is incomplete. Good coverage out there by number 24 SNU. That's Chris Hernandez, a 6'4 redshirt freshman out of McAllen Memorial High School. So nice coverage there by Hernandez, and SNU turns aside the Rangers after the turnover.
Yeah, Ronnie Jones, the head coach for the Rangers, was livid over there, saying he wanted a timeout. I think the Rangers getting that snap off, which from my point of view, it seemed a little late. They dodged, the Storm dodged 2 bullets this timeout. That didn't happen, and the delay of gain, and instead it's turnover on downs. Noel back out at quarterback to see if he can get in a rhythm here.
1st and 10 for SNU from their own 34-yard line. 10:30 to go first quarter. Colby Branch, the man in motion, gets it on the sweep. He's got space if he can get outside. Cuts it upfield across the 40, across the 45, and taken down by Ben Heidebrecht at the SNU 47-yard line. So a gain of 13 on first down for the senior out of Fairfield, Texas.
Coach Hayda jogging out to about midfield to give some instruction to Jarrell Farr, but this is something they want to do against this Rangers defense who has so many down linemen in the box. They want to get outside with their quick, fast receivers like Colby Branch, who makes a great play.
2 wide either side. Zepeda to the right of Noel. Now Farr comes in motion to the near side. Noel bubbles it out to him there. Farr upfield, and a nice tackle from space. The linebacker, Wilson Cowell.
Yeah, and if that tackle isn't made, Jarrell Farr might be running towards the end zone right now. Perfectly blocked. And good little toss from Rashid Noel to Jarrell Farr. Farr's got to make a decision and go. He's got to make a decision and go. Can't hesitate on a bubble screen like that.
Cal senior out of Fullerton, California, appropriately. One of a few returners on this Ranger defense. 2nd and 10. Here comes Farr in motion to the near side. Noel fakes to him, picks his way outside, and he's just tripped up. Elijah Knott, the freshman, comes in and makes the nice open field tackle right at the end of the line of scrimmage. They give Noel 1 up to the 48-yard line, makes it 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and Rashid Noel, if he keeps his feet there, he's running for a first down and more. But a good tackle by this Rangers defense. Open field tackling today. So far, so good for this Rangers defense. And they're going to need to keep doing that if they have a shot against this speedy wide receiver core from the Storm.
3rd and 9, Zepeda to the back behind Noel. Conaway motions to the left side. Here comes Branch in motion to the left side. 3 wide receivers out. Noel in trouble. Oh, nice sidearm pass looking for Zepeda, and Zepeda went down low to get it. A nice job by Noel to get it to Zepeda through some pressure. But it's a loss of 3 back to the 45, and SNU will have to punt.
Yeah, and it's just a screen. You motion everyone, so you go from essentially doubles with the tight end, and you motion the tight end over to the far side, makes it trio, and then you motion your wide receiver, and it makes it quad, and then you run a screen to the other side. But on a screen play, you really do need your offensive lineman to sell that pass protection for 1,001, 1,002, then release, and it just seemed like there was instant pressure on that. Don't know if the Rangers sent pressure, but just not able to develop for the Storm.
Move to Gali. Rangers defensive tackle was slow to get up. He's up and walking off the field, but it's a hot one. And Landry, we're gonna find out which team and which players individually put in the work this week to prepare their bodies for this heat, because it's pushing 100 degrees, not a cloud. To be found for shade right now.
No shade today.
A hot breeze blowing from the south. Wish this game could be played on Monday when it would be mid-70s, but that is not the case. And so both these teams having to deal with some really rough elements for September 21st.
Yeah, certainly. This is kind of the first game territory is what it feels like. But when you play in Oklahoma, when you play in Texas, really, if you play in this division, you better expect it.
Adam Atwell on to punt. High snap, but he gets it. Sends a terrible kick off the side of his foot. Hits at the 42, takes a Rangers hop and dies at the Ranger 46-yard line. Not a great punt there from Adam. Officially a 9-yard punt into the wind, and he'll be frustrated with that one.
Yeah, Atwell, a good punter, and it's not normally him.
And had a lot of time after the high snap. Not a heavy rush from the Rangers there. So still scoreless halfway through the first quarter between the Crimson Storm and the Rangers. And once again, Landry saw a good play there for the Crimson Storm, but just not able to pile those on top of each other just yet.
Yeah, just can't move the ball consistently. And it just seemed like there were opportunities. But missed. One or two broken tackles, and maybe we're talking about a different drive there, but just slow going for this SNU offense. And, it's easy to watch and say, well, change it up, mix it up. But on a day like today, especially as hot as it is, you really want this SNU offense to kind of grind the Rangers' defense into the ground, and they certainly have the capability, but they've got to get a few more first downs and keep their defense off the field.
The Rangers come out 1st and 10. Their own 46-yard line. Ball on the left hash to start this possession. The SNU defense across the front. Caden Petrie, Devontae McCleveland, David Omasigo. The linebackers out there right now. Seth Spruill, Jamari Johnson, Carter Brock, Colton Morris. And in the secondary, the corners are Ethan Miner and Kobe Nichols. Safeties are Quentin Smith and Aaron Randall. Johnson in the shotgun. Zamora, the tight end, motions to the left side. The give is to Darian Gill trying to get outside. Randall coming down from his safety position. Met him in the backfield. It's a loss of 3 back to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's a called safety blitz on that one. And the formation must have tipped the SNU defensive coordinator off, or he just got really, really lucky, because as soon as they lined up, you could see the safety cheating down to make that play. He knew exactly where it was going.
Just outstanding play from Aaron Randall, the senior out of Conroe, Texas. One of just 2 returners in this secondary with game experience, him and Ethan Miner. They're both on the right side right now for 2nd and 13. 2 wide left, 1 right for the Rangers. Johnson back to pass, fires out to the right side. That's Jameek Johnson once again. Looked like he was bobbling that as he went out of bounds, but the side judge over there says no problem. It's up to the 50-yard line on the reception, makes it 3rd down and 6 with 6.5 to go first quarter.
And they've run that just quick speed out to Johnson a few times already this game, and they're trying to get the ball out of their quarterback's hands quickly when they pass, and really that's about the only way they've had success today. The Crimson Storm defense has an opportunity to get off the field again.
2 wide either side. Gill to the right of Johnson. Ball on the right hash. Low snap. Delayed handoff. Gill trying to get outside. Brock missed the tackle. Spruill missed the tackle. But Omasigo tracks down Gill after a gain of 3 as the tackle attempts were able to string the Rangers running back out. And SNU forces a punt here on 4th and 3 from the 47-yard line of SNU. Matthew Sabady in punt formation, standing at his own 40-yard line. Desmond Williams, redshirt freshman out of Perry, Oklahoma, standing at his own 10 for the Crimson Storm. And that punt is blocked. Omasigo got it. Jamari Johnson caught it at the SNU 40-yard line. And the Crimson Storm with a big play on special teams. And Landry, that was a very interesting formation. Sabady not very far behind the line of scrimmage.
No, it didn't seem like the depth was right. I wonder if they're having issues with their snaps or something like that. And it didn't seem like
the long snapper, one-hand snap.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, is there an injury or is there something going on where they can't confidently get the ball back there? Well, either way, they've got to figure something out. So, they'll have to make some corrections on the fly, this Rangers team, if they're going to punt again in that formation.
I've never seen a long snapper snap the ball with one hand, but that was the case there. We'll try to get some more information if there is an injury to the usual long snapper for the Rangers. But SNU in great field position. They've had great field position on all three of their possessions thus far, and now this possession will be Bryson Evans coming out at quarterback for the Crimson Storm. Evans, the redshirt junior out of Wichita, Kansas, his fourth year in the program. He knows the offense, knows what Coach Dustin Hayda expects, and it's just another opportunity for him to assert himself and be the guy.
Yeah, and Noel had chances to make some plays and I think made some right reads other than the interception. Let's see if Evans can take advantage of those.
Two wide either side. Cade Barron is the running back to the right of Evans. Evans pulls it out of the belly of Collins, picks his way across the 45, and a nice first down gain of 6 up to the 47-yard line for Bryson Evans. Evans, he's a hard runner. He's not shying away from contact or anything like that. He's not built quite like Gage Porter was, a little bit taller, a little bit lankier, but still not afraid of contact.
No, certainly not. And really what Coach wants to see from him is right reads and better choices in the pass game.
Kamaro Collins comes in motion to the right side, 3 wide receivers that way. Quick bubble out to him, and Evans a little off the mark with that. A flag flies in from the side judge on the near side. We'll see what the call is. The indication is an illegal blindside block on the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, which is interesting on a bubble. You would think that would be pretty difficult to do so quickly.
So we'll get the explanation from the official. So they whistle the illegal blindside block on Donovan Hill. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and move the ball back to the SNU 32-yard line, which now makes it 2nd down and 19 for the Crimson Storm with 4:35 to go in a scoreless first quarter.
It's a tough penalty. On that bubble, that's what we need to see improvement from Evans is just you got to hit that target on the bubble. Those got to be 100%, and it certainly is trickier pass than what you think.
Evans takes the snap. Back to pass, pressure from the backside, rolls out, fires it, and it's through the hands of Donovan Hill up at the 40-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 19. Nice job by Evans evading the pressure as Malcolm Smith, junior out of Jackson, Mississippi, was bearing down from the backside. Cody Conway checks out.
Yeah, you got to.
SNU goes 5 wide here, or 4 wide with the running back Cade Barron.
Yeah, it's obvious passing down. This is about as pass-heavy as a formation you're going to see from the Crimson Storm.
You see that bear front for the Rangers. 5 down. And a false start coming on the Crimson Storm here is going to make this 3rd and even longer.
Yeah, Donovan Hill just jumped the gun.
Yeah, that's one thing SNU's got to be mindful of. And you're looking for success, everybody starts to press maybe just a little bit. Got to keep a level head and do the next right thing. 2 wide either side, Barron to the left of Evans. Evans takes the snap, back to pass, under pressure from Kobe Tillman, and the middle linebacker sacks Evans back at the 18-yard line. The senior out of Bixby, Oklahoma, transferred in from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. And after the special teams play, gets SNU in great field position. A net loss of 23 yards on the drive.
Yeah, just never really seemed in rhythm and had opportunities to correct some of those things. Drop pass, blindside block. It's going to be pretty hard to have success if those happen.
Adam Atwell on to punt for SNU. Good snap. Better kick this time. It gets caught up in the wind a little bit. Hits at the SNU 45-yard line and bounds out of bounds. So that's going to put the Rangers in SNU territory to start this drive at the Crimson Storm 44-yard line. The defense has been good thus far for SNU. The Crimson Storm needing to get the offense rolling. Can't leave the defense out here all day in this heat. Rangers come out, 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. It's Johnson, the running back, to the left of Brody Johnson. Ball on the left hash. 3:24 to go first quarter. Here's Johnson stringing it out the right side. Austin Martin ate him up in the backfield along with Emmanuel Obina, loss of 2. Back to the SNU 46-yard line for Jashawn Foster, the junior out of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, good start defensively for the Crimson Storm again this week. You know, maybe the defense needs to get something going, a fumble or takeaway of some kind just to continue the momentum.
2nd down and 12, ball on the right hash. Foster to the left of Johnson. Fakes the give. Back to pass, has time. Checks it down to him at the line of scrimmage. Foster trying to get outside, got past Colton Morris, and finally upended out there by Carter Brock down to the SNU 40-yard line.
Yeah,
gain of 6.
Looking Chase Davidson's way, and Kyle, number 3, as well, the whole time, and just got triple coverage over there and nothing doing. He hits his check down.
3rd down. We'll call it 6 from the 40-yard line. They need to get down to the 34. Johnson back to pass, looking left. Now rolls right. Now he's going to check it and run, and Colton Morris forced him out of bounds at the SNU 37-yard line. Gain of 3 makes it 4th and 3. South wind behind the Rangers, but they're going to send a jumbo package on and go for this once again. SNU's already turned aside 1 4th down attempt. Here comes number 2 for Northwestern with 1:34 to go in a scoreless first quarter in Bethany.
Yeah, on that last play, we got a little bit of a quick huddle. Let's see what happens. 2, 3 tight ends.
Johnson takes a snap, turns and gives. Oh, it's fumbled! Fumble on the play. The Rangers fell back on it, but it's a loss of 3 back to the 40-yard line. That was Charles Carter, the linebacker out of John Marshall High School here in Oklahoma City, who dropped the handoff running right. And the SNU defense, once again, turns aside the Ranger offense.
Yeah, I don't know even if that's a good, clean handoff, if there's anything there. Luke, I want to go back to that 3rd down play. It's really good defense. It's going to go unnoticed by lots of people, but you have man-to-man coverage on the single receiver side, and they run an out and up, right? They've been running outs, and then finally they hit them with an out and up. Just good discipline by the secondary to maintain that coverage even through the out and up.
Braxton Bird on the field for the first time for SNU today. He's lined up in the slot right. Bryson Evans takes a snap. Back to pass. Has time. Now under pressure and sacked. Back at the 35-yard line. That was Derek Moreland, the junior out of Fresno, California, with the sack. Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Looked like Evans just held the ball a beat too long there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the route concept, but you think that first hitch he took is where he needs to throw. This defensive line, though, credit to the Rangers, is giving this offensive line some real problems early. We got five people down right now.
Evans takes a snap. Quick hitter over the middle to Colby Branch. Nice catch by Branch on the slant. Gain of 6 up to the 41-yard line. 3rd down and 9. SNU needs to get to midfield for a first down. SNU on the season now with 0 for 3 on 3rd downs today. 0 of 28 on 3rd downs in this young season. And we'll have to wait till the 2nd quarter to see if SNU can get their first 3rd down conversion of the year. 1 quarter in the books. It is scoreless here in Bethany between Southern Nazarene and Northwestern Oklahoma State. We'll be back with 3rd and 9 for SNU after these messages.
Beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Welcome back to Bethany. Scoreless through 15 minutes here at SNU Football Stadium between the Crimson Storm and the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State. Luke McConnell, Landry Franks with you for this hot, blustery Saturday afternoon. SNU facing a 3rd and 9 from their own 41-yard line. Landry, neither team really able to get anything going offensively here through the first quarter.
Yeah, been slow going for both offenses. You'd hope something springs to life here.
2 wide receivers either side now for the Crimson Storm. Evans back to pass, has time, steps up in the pocket, fumbles the football, it's loose, and it's recovered by Wilson Cal for the Rangers at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I think Evans is just feeling a little pressured in the pocket. He's been sacked a few times today. He steps up too soon. And he's still looking down the field, which is good eye discipline, but as he's starting to run, once he decides to run, you got to tuck that ball away, and Rangers defensive lineman gets a hand on it as he turns to run.
So turnover, second turnover of the half for the Crimson Storm. The interception from Noel did nothing to harm SNU, but this one sets the Rangers up at the SNU 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Johnson gives to Foster right into the teeth of the SNU defense. And Devontae McCleveland and Julian Campos combined for the tackle for no gain. The SNU defense continues to be very difficult to run on here in the first 2 home games of the year.
Yeah, they're playing really well. You got a 3 down linemen, and they're fitting it like they're running goal line or something.
2nd down and 10. 3-by-1, left to right. Here's Johnson back to pass. Under pressure, checks it down to his running back Foster at the 30, and he is taken down. Colton Morris, Jamari Johnson combined for the tackle after the gain of 6 to the SNU 29-yard line. 3rd down and 4 with 14 minutes to go before halftime.
Zamora, the tight end, he's a good player. He's just running a little out and stop over there, and there is no one within 15 yards of him. But the pressure from the SNU defense forces this quarterback, Johnson, to roll out and hit the check down. I mean, that's about all he can find is the check down.
2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Zamora, the tight end, to the right of the formation. Now goes in motion to the left. Foster is the back. Johnson takes a snap. Fakes the give to Foster. Rolling to his right. Fires it to the sideline. Royal Kyle along the sideline. Did he keep his feet in bounds? He did. He did, in fact, keep his feet in bounds at the 19-yard line. A gain of 10 and a first down inside the red zone for the Rangers.
Yeah, wonderful catch by Kyle. I mean, just as close out of bounds as possible. Kind of the first big play from either offense so far today.
Ball in the right hash for the Rangers. 2 wide left, 1 right. Zamora to the left side. Foster to the right of Johnson. Johnson back to pass. Blitz off the edge. He is plastered as he fires it to Kyle in the end zone. It's a touchdown as he catches it right over Kobe Nichols. Big catch by Kyle. A great throw by Johnson as he got plastered by Jake Wright and David Omasigo. A flag came down on the quarterback hit. I'm not sure what this is going to be because it was certainly not roughing the passer from a time perspective.
Yeah, unless there was direct helmet contact to the quarterback's helmet, I don't know why there would be a roughing the passer here. And maybe taunting or something that we missed.
So we'll get the call from our referee. So the call is roughing the passer on David Omasigo, but no targeting. So that's kind of a peculiar call given the timing of the hit. I mean, it was a bang-bang play. Unless he just came in high with the hands. Did not look like the timing from Omasigo was late in any way, shape, or form. Tyler Fury on for the extra point, and he puts it through. So at 12:51 to go in the first half, our new score, Northwestern Oklahoma State 7, SNU 0. We'll take a timeout and be back with more after these messages.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
And welcome back to Bethany. Northwestern strikes first in this contest between the Crimson Storm and the Rangers. 7-0. Northwestern on the 19-yard touchdown pass from Brody Johnson to Royal Kyle. A couple of great catches by Kyle on that drive. Landry and SNU defensively in great position on both of them. Nothing to hang your head about, especially if you're Kobe Nichols, the corner on that side. But at the same time, the Rangers take the early lead.
Yeah, on another day, that's an interception. I mean, he's in good position. Really, the defense is playing really well, and they need some support from the offense. And they've got to get it going here. Now they're with the wind. They need to make a play, and they need to make consistent drives.
The roughing the passer penalty on David Omasigo assessed on the kickoff, so Tyler Fury kicking off from midfield. And he sends this one toward the sideline. It gets hung up in the wind. Cade Barron catches it on the run at the 15, and he's got space. 30, 35, and finally forced out of bounds by Fury.
Yeah, Cade Barron almost dropped that one.
Fury getting in the face of an SNU player on the sideline. Of course, the officials did not see that one.
Yeah, so if you're a kicker, you get away with that kind of stuff. But Fury, both times, all right, both times has run down on kickoff coverage to go try to make a play.
It's probably why he does the short run-up, so he has more time to get down there.
Yeah, normally you make your kicker the last kind of line of defense and just make sure he doesn't get injured, but not so much with Fury. I guess with the last name like Fury, you've got to have some kind of fire in you.
Absolutely. SNU comes out 2-2. Rasheed Noel back at quarterback, pulls it out of the belly of Jarrell Farr and is taken down in the backfield. A loss of 2 back to the 35-yard line. It was Kobe Tillman once again.
Yeah, and it was there. Rashid makes the right read, but then hesitates as he's going through the hole there. He's got to go. He's got to make his decision and go.
And Landry, at some point, the blocking is there for the SNU backs and quarterbacks. At some point, it's on the ball carrier to just make a guy miss sometimes.
Yep, absolutely.
2 wide right, 1 to the left for SNU. Carlos Cepeda is the back to the left of Noel. Now Jarrell Farr comes in motion to the left side. Noel takes the snap, back to pass. He has time, now escapes the pocket to the right. Running out of bounds to the sideline. He's shoved out of bounds by Tillman up at the 39-yard line. So a gain of 4. Going to make this a 3rd down and 8 for the Crimson Storm.
Jerry Glanville getting in the ear of the head official over there. Doesn't like what he saw with something. But
when I was coaching 1987,
that's right.
That was
this would have never happened at the Falcons.
11:30 to go, second quarter, 7-0. Rangers leading the Crimson Storm. A 3rd and 8 for SNU. Play clock down to 8 as SNU comes to the line of scrimmage quickly. Down to 3, 2. SNU gets the snap off. Noel rolls to the left by himself, and he's tripped up in the open field. A tremendous open field tackle there by the Rangers, number 22, Miles Mays, the sophomore out of Frisco, Texas, and SNU forced to punt.
Yeah, and he kind of does a play-action boot, seemingly, but he runs away from the quad side. All the routes seem to be going the other direction. So it's one-on-one with him and 3 defenders. Not sure if that was the right play call or the play that was called in.
So Adam Atwell punting with the win this time. End over end kick. He crushed that one. It hits at the 14, and it hits the pylon. Oh, man. So that's a touchback for the Rangers. An unfortunate directly straight hop. I mean, that's just nailed the pylon.
6 inches away from being
an amazing punt.
Yes.
Instead, it's still a really good punt. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Rangers. And the SNU defense down 7-0 are the Crimson Storm. But, here in the early going, especially on a hot day, Landry, you got to start thinking we got to sustain drives to help our defense. They were playing well, but they can't do this all day.
No, certainly not. I mean, they're going to have to make some turnovers themselves, which they've done, or this offense has got to click it into gear. They just seem a little even slower than last week, just kind of off their game.
Ball in the middle of the field, 3 wide left, 1 to the right for Northwestern. 7 on the play clock as Johnson checks to the sideline. Johnson takes a snap, back to pass. Has time. Now flushed to the left, fires it back into the middle of the field, and he gets Zamora coming back to the football up at the 41-yard line. Dangerous throw into the middle of the field from Brody Johnson. But the big tight end, Mark Zamora, just a sophomore, comes back and makes a nice play.
Yeah, Nick Blanchard was on the backside there and seemed like he had the angle on Johnson, but from my vantage point, it looked like a bit of a hold that's not called.
1st and 10 at the 41, ball in the right hash, 3 wide left, 1 right. Johnson gives it, pulls it out of the belly of Gill and runs up to the 43-yard line. Just a pickup of 2. Colton Morris, Emmanuel Obina, Caden Petrie in on the tackle for SNU. And Colton Morris seemed a little shaken up, kind of shaking it off. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 9:25 to go first half, 7-0 Rangers.
Yeah, they're really committed to the quarterback run and the pass, and they have a really good running back who's not getting much action today.
Gill carried 19 times. It was 19 times this season, 14 last week against Ouachita. Johnson, back to pass, has lots of time, fires it into the flats. Jameek Johnson makes one man miss. That was Carter Brock, and then gets taken down. Call it the 48-yard line, a gain of 5. That's going to make it 3rd down and 3 for Northwestern. Big opportunity here for SNU. Rangers 1 of 4 on 3rd downs thus far this afternoon. SNU needing to get a stop, get off the field, get some wind.
Yeah.
And some water.
And some water, that's right.
3 wide receivers come near side. The one far side is Johnson. Darian Gill to the left of Brody Johnson. Quick hitter to Zamora and a nice catch. Throw is just a little bit off target. And it's right at the sticks. And the head linesman saying it's enough for the 1st down at the SNU 49-yard line.
Great catch by Zamora. He's certainly a talented player and trustworthy receiver.
Last week we saw Tech quarterback Ethan Everson get into a rhythm against SNU. Now Johnson, 10 of 11 thus far through the air in the first half. He gives to Gill, picking his way through the middle and tripped up and is down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 4, but could have been a lot more.
Yeah, he was one shoelace string away from taking that down into the red zone.
7:20 and counting here in the first half. Northwestern already leads 7-0. SNU unable to get things moving offensively yet today. Just officially 5 yards on 16 plays. 3 wide left for the Rangers with the ball on the right hash. Johnson takes the snap, fakes the give to Gill. Now he's in trouble. Taken down in the backfield. Nick Blanchard and Emmanuel Obina in the backfield. A loss of 3 back to the 48-yard line makes it 3rd and 9.
Yeah, just good zone read rules by Nick Blanchard there, right? You have a quarterback who likes to run. If you're the play side or the back side defensive end, he's probably reading you, and so you make it difficult for him. Blanchard just puts his feet in the ground and makes the play. Doesn't fall for the fake, sticks with the quarterback.
3rd and 9, 2 wide either side. SNU showing blitz. Northwestern checks.
Yeah, let's get
Flag
delay a
comes
game.
down. We've got to delay a game here on the Rangers. That check to the sideline is ultimately what cost the Rangers. Oh, and they're going to give Northwestern the timeout.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a bit of
grace here.
Yeah, that's right, for the missed timeout earlier.
So 6:11 to go before halftime. 7-0 Rangers. Rangers doing most of this through the air like we saw last week against Tech. Just a lot of short passes, nothing big over the top at this point. And the 19-yard pass to Kyle for the touchdown. The only thing really that's been more than 10, 11 yards even through the air thus far.
Yeah.
And Rangers up to 84 yards through the air thus far this afternoon on 9 of 10 passing. But SNU really, the thing is, the offense just has to do something.
Yeah, there's just got to be some consistency. And there just hasn't been. You know, there have been some plays that have seemed to go their way, but really we're talking about, when I say that, I mean like, we're talking 6, 7, 8 yards. We're not talking about big plays or chunk plays or consistent first downs. The quarterbacks have shown flashes, but they've both looked out of sync. Certainly today, more so than they did last week.
Third and 9, 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right for Northwestern. Darian Gill, the running back, to the left of Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson back to pass. Now avoids the rush and has space on the right side. 40 has the first down and cruises out of bounds at the SNU 37-yard line.
Yeah, delayed blitz there from the linebacker. It's the right call, but he's got to make that tackle. Quarterback evades one rusher, and he's got 15 yards of green grass in front of him.
So the first down for the Rangers, they're 6th of the first half. We're under 6 minutes to go in the opening half. 7-0 Northwestern. 1st and 10 at the SNU 37-yard line with the ball on the right hash. Both running backs flanking Johnson. 2 wide left, 1 right. Johnson gives to Foster, trying to bounce it to the right side, and Obina and Quentin Smith combine for a vicious takedown at the 36-yard line. Just a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the run plays, they're having a kind of a 2-back setup here. And Gill on that play goes behind the quarterback, kind of set up a bubble, but he looked like he was moving before the ball was snapped, leaning on his back heel. So not sure if they're setting something up here.
Same formation here for the Rangers. Johnson back to pass, has plenty of time. Now flushed right, fires it into the middle of the field, and it is caught. Going up high to make the catch for Northwestern is number 15, Bailey Davenport.
Yeah, that's an incredible catch. I do think the contact maybe even made him hold on to that ball even more. He was up high. He got hit in his legs and came down with it.
I believe that was Aaron Randall who came in and chopped him down.
It's good defense.
But a first down at the 24-yard line. Gain of 12. Rangers continue to move. Bubble screen out to the left side. That's Chase Davidson. Evades a couple tacklers inside the 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown. A flag comes in. Jameek Johnson lost his helmet in the midst of the play. So I'm not sure who the flag's going to be on.
Yeah. And it was thrown from some distance, so certainly happened during the play.
It looks like it's going to be on the Crimson Storm. So a personal foul face mask on the Crimson Storm will be assessed on the kickoff, but Chase Davidson, the senior out of Houston, caught the bubble screen and put on a show in the open field, evading half the SNU defense and eventually finding the end zone for Northwestern's second touchdown of the quarter. Fury's extra point up and good. So with 4:17 to go before halftime, our new score, Northwestern 14, Southern Nazarene 0, and Landry at this point, SNU in desperate need of some sort of drive to sustain things and just give the defense a bit of a break.
Yeah, and you can't reinvent the wheel, right? They've just got to have success on what they run. You know, you almost want to just turn the scoreboard off and just say, like, hey, let's just do the things we know how to do really well. You can't score 14 points in one drive, but they've got to score some points. Or this one, you know, defense is already tired. It's really hot, and they've been on the field a long time in this first half.
Rangers leading the possession battle 15-31 to 10-12 so far in this one. See if SNU can make something happen just to give them a little bit of momentum. And SNU officially just 5 yards on 16 plays in the first half, courtesy of sacks, fumbles, and other negative offerings. It'll be Fury from midfield once again for the Rangers. Cade Barron, who's had both returns for SNU so far this afternoon. Back deep. And Northwestern kicking into a stiff south wind. They're going to kick it away from Barron this time. And it's going to come down to the Crimson Storm's Ryland Johnson. A fair catch signal was made. So SNU will take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Ball will be spotted on the right hash. We'll see who's coming out at quarterback for this series for SNU. Both of them in the huddle right now. So it's going to be Rashid Noel. Coach Hayda sticking with the 2-series rotation here.
Yeah, and I mean, what else can he do? I mean, you got to see someone make a play. We've yet to see that.
Play clock was winding down, and Kobe Branch with the catch across the middle before he was absolutely clobbered.
Yeah, great catch by Kobe Branch. He's been if there is an offensive spotlight today, it's been Kobe Branch. I think that's his third catch. He's also had a good run on the outside. I wouldn't be surprised to try to get him the ball a little bit more.
That was a helter-skelter play as SNU got to the line of scrimmage with about 5 on the play clock. Here's Noel back to pass on 2nd and 5. Evades the pocket right, fires it back across the middle. He's got Carlos Cepeda up at the 45-yard line, and he's thrown forward to the 46 by Kobe Tillman. Nice throw on the run by Noel. He had a lot of options on the right side to run. Instead, finding Cepeda streaking across the middle.
Those are the kind of decisions you want to see from this quarterback, right? You can run, but you can also gain more yards with the pass play, and he settles in, squares up, makes a good throw.
Noel fakes the give to Farr. Now picks his way across midfield into Northwestern territory to the 49. That's a gain of 5, and that is what SNU will take every single down.
That's exactly right. It is not the big chunk plays, although they'll take them.
They're pushing the tempo a little bit.
3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Yes, less motions, more quicker snaps.
2 wide right, 1 left, 2 in the backfield. Noel gives it to Cepeda right up the middle, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. They're actually going to give him a yard loss. That was a Gailey, the defensive tackle, meeting Cepeda right at the line of scrimmage and forcing him back to midfield, making it 3rd down and 6, 2:35 to go before halftime for the Crimson Storm, which trail this game 14-0. 3 wide left, 1 right. Cepeda to the left of Noel. Noel back to pass. Has time, steps up in the pocket, has space on the left side, has the first down, 40, 35, 30, inside the 20. Great blocking downfield by Colby Branch. And SNU has their first 3rd down conversion of the year, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and you'd think they'd go fast here. They might be taking some time off the clock. And they subbed, and Northwestern subs basically their entire defensive line out. No.
We come down to the 2-minute timeout with SNU on the doorstep of the red zone. Coach Dustin Hayda firing up his offense as he meets them in the huddle. We'll see what SNU can do with it from here when we come back. This is SNU football.
Is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
$14-0 Northwestern Oklahoma State over Southern Nazarene, but the Crimson Storm mounting their best drive of the day thus far. Starting back at their own 24-yard line, they are down to the red zone at the Northwestern 20, and Rashid Noel looking much more decisive here on this possession, Landry.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's making the right reads, and also the field is opening up, right? When you get a tired defense, all of a sudden you get a couple first downs, and they look extra tired, and that's certainly what's happening. A whole bunch of new Rangers in on that defensive front right now. Almost 6 new players, Luke, it looks like. They subbed everyone out.
6 guys at the line of scrimmage for the Rangers as well. Noel, quick pitch out to Jarrell Farr. Low ball, he fumbled it, but he got back on top of it back at the 26-yard line. It was Ken Irving, the senior from D'Iberville, Mississippi.
Yeah, and if Jarrell Farr catches that in stride, he's going all the way.
Pressure in the backfield forced that to be a bit of an errant pitch from Noel. It's still in good position here, but 2nd and 16 now, but it's in scoring range at least for the Crimson Storm. 2 wide right, 1 left. Farr fakes the motion. Now quarterback draw, and Noel is absolutely hammered at the 31-yard line. That was Eric Hughes, the senior out of Oklahoma City. Out of Putnam City West High School, just down the street from us.
Yep.
With a huge 5-yard loss in the backfield.
Yeah, it's a quarterback draw there. You got to give time for your tailback, to pick up the defensive tackle, which is a tough task. But there's no collision before he takes off.
And now we've got a false start on the center, David Armijo. Who, just had his lunch eaten a little bit by Hughes on that previous play. Just thinking maybe I can get a step back early. That'll be 5 more yards. Back to the 36-yard line. So SNU had 1st and 10 at the 20. And now we'll have 3rd down and 26.
And the defense took the 10-second runoff, so I believe the clock is at 36 seconds. There's a change. So maybe if you're the Crimson Storm, you take 2 shots anyway, even though it's 3rd and very long.
SNU with 2 timeouts remaining. You can get a big chunk here, maybe go for it on 4th or use the wind with the field goal. Blitz coming. Noel across the middle. Jarrell Farr has it. He's taken down at the 21 by Miles Mays. Nice job by Noel noticing the hot route. It was pretty much an all-out blitz.
Yep.
0 coverage on the outside, and Noel did a nice job standing in there, taking the hit, and making the right throw to Farr for the pickup of 15 yards.
Yeah, just catch and throw.
So SNU takes the timeout with 15 seconds left. And looks like they are going to send Cameron Van Pruyen on for the field goal here. It would be a 38-yard field goal.
It's certainly within his range, especially with the wind.
Tied a school record last week with the 48-yard field goal he kicked in the second quarter.
Luke, I think the statistic we said last week was that the previous season they kicked 4 times. This, I believe, is the 4th field goal for this season, so it only took 3 games this year compared to the entire season last year. So Van Pruyen getting a little more time in the game, kicking field goals. He's been a good kicker for the Storm.
Ball will be spotted just inside the left hash. 38-yarder for Van Pruyen, the sophomore out of San Antonio. Snap, hold, kick is away. And I don't know if he got under it or if it was tipped, but it is wide, right, and short. And so SNU comes up empty after a great drive to close the first half. SNU's going to the locker room with no points.
Yeah, and Van Pruyen, I do think that got tipped, but it's not the missed field goal that's going to drive you crazy. It's the penalty, the fumble on 1st down, the negative plays when you're in the red zone. Yeah, that just seemed to. You have momentum. You're well within scoring position with about 1:30 left, and then all of a sudden, 35 seconds left. You're looking at 3rd and 25. You just can't have those kind of plays.
So the Rangers going to take a knee and head to the locker room with a 14-0 lead. So Johnson hits the ground, and that's how the first half comes to an end here in Bethany. So a bit of a disappointing close to the half for SNU, but Crimson Storm did show some positive signs offensively on that last possession with Rashid Noel making some nice throws, making some nice plays with his legs as well, and just positive plays are what Destin Hayda is looking for. As SNU is down on a 55-yard drive, it comes up empty to trail 14-0 at halftime. Not to be too much of a downer, but positive that it was the first 3rd down conversion of the year for SNU as well on that Rashid Noel scramble. Now 1 of 7 today. The Rangers 3 of 6. And SNU You look at the time of possession, Landry, in that first half, pretty much dead even.
Yep.
15-41 for the Rangers, 14-19 for SNU. So it just came in a lot longer stretches there for the Rangers, especially at the end of the first half, and SNU defense having to be out here in this heat. It taxed them a little bit.
Yeah, Northwestern, to be honest with you, Luke, they just look like they wanted a little bit more. They're being a little more physical, especially up front, and just making plays when they need to. It's right there for SNU, though. 14 points is not out of the realm of possibility. It took a lot of drives for Northwestern to punch it in the end zone, and they really had to scrounge for those touchdowns. It wasn't handed to them. But this offense, it was good to see at the end of the second quarter them come to life, but they've got to finish a drive.
Landry, as we look at these numbers, 11 of 12 passing for 120 yards for Brody Johnson, 2 scores. And, it looks very similar to how Ethan Everson got into a rhythm last week for Arkansas Tech. A lot of quick hitters, no big shots down the field, no long developing deep posts or anything like that. What can SNU do to limit that sort of rhythm in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious answer is you got to get pressure on them, but that's tricky because you start sending linebackers, you open up the field more. You're only going to send pressure if you know you're going to get there. So I think it starts with those 3 guys up front to make some plays. But then in the secondary, if they're going to pass, make a play. Interception, a deflected ball, something like that to get this defense going. They've certainly played well, and they've played good in pass coverage. But they need a turnover. That's really going to help get this quarterback out of rhythm. But they're he's playing a really good game. He's hitting his checkdowns. He's not doing anything he doesn't have to, which as a defense, it makes it harder for some of those things to happen. I mean, if you're a defensive end and the quarterback's taking one step and throwing it, it's really hard to get any kind of pressure, consistent pressure on him. So maybe SNU adjusts there, puts more people on the checkdowns, makes them push the ball downfield in an uncomfortable position for this quarterback.
So we've reached halftime here in Bethany. 14-0 Northwestern Oklahoma State with the lead over Southern Nazarene. We'll take an extended break, go through the GAC rewind from last week, as well as other messages, and then we'll come back, break down the first half more for you, go over first half stats, and get you ready for the second half of action. The Rangers lead this one 14-0. We'll be back after this break.
This is the Week 2 GAC Rewind. Ouachita used a 21-0 third quarter en route to a 56-2 victory at Northwestern Oklahoma State. Senior running back Kendall Givens led the way with 145 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries, putting him over 3,000 yards and 60 touchdowns in his Tiger career. Quarterback Eli Livingston had another strong outing with 171 passing yards to go with 3 touchdowns. Carter McElhaney contributed another score on special teams this week with a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Here's that call from Rex Nelson on the Ouachita Football Network.
He's deep for Ouachita as they'll take the kickoff. Bo Baker also out back there for the Tigers. Here is the kick. It's McElhaney at the goal line. Going to bring it out. 10, 15, 20, watch out. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Promised land. Milk. Honey. Touchdown. Carter McElhaney. He went 1-0-0. 100 yards. No flags down.
Henderson State quarterback Andrew Edwards passed for 443 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 34-17 win over Southeastern Oklahoma State. Timion Jackson was Edwards' favorite target with 10 receptions for 112 yards. Southeastern's Caleb Whitley returned a 94-yard kickoff return to start the game, and Tyvion Williams had 14 tackles to go along with a fumbled recovery for the Savage Storm. Here's the call of Edwards' last touchdown pass of the night, a 50-yard strike to Jalen Abraham as called by Blake Smith on the Ready Sports Network.
3 receivers set. Edwards 7 steps.
Over the wide middle. Open.
A wide open Jalen Abraham, and he will go 50 yards for the score. Touchdown, Reddies. And that might be the death knell.
Southern Arkansas got all it needed in the first 20 minutes of the game in a 28-20 victory over East Central. Running back Jarek Scales had 158 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. Melvin Smith Jr. made a game-changing play with a 29-yard pick six in the second quarter. For East Central, Sergio Kennedy threw for 157 yards and added a rushing touchdown, while K.J. Peoples led the receiving group with 6 catches for 73 yards. Here's the call of Smith's pick six as called by Dan Gregory on the Mule Rider Sports Network.
Quick fire. Far side, that's picked at the 25-yard line, and that'll be smooth sailing for Melvin Smith Jr. He gets the pick six for Southern Arkansas.
Arkansas Monticello defeated Southwestern Oklahoma State 39-28, led by another outstanding performance from quarterback DeMylan Brown, who threw for 205 yards and rushed for 128 yards, accounted for 4 total touchdowns. Tyler Reed finished with 21 carries for 104 yards and a rushing touchdown, while Robert Iverson Jr. anchored the defense with 7 tackles and 2.5 tackles for loss. For SWOSU, Kai Coons finished with 174 total yards and 3 touchdowns. The play of the game was this 71-yard touchdown run from UAM's Brown, as called on Wright Media.
Of Brown, the quarterback. Fake the handoff. Brown right up the
linebacker Scooter Baker led the defense with 15 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Here's the call of Wright's pick six from Billy Morgan on the Harding Sports Network.
Rosenthal has gone the distance. He's in shotgun, standing right on his own goal line. Clamps his hands, takes a snap, looks, fires, and picked off at the 15-yard line. Return inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Harding. Interception, return for a touchdown. Jakaisen Wright, the redshirt freshman from Little Rock, and the Bisons add 6 with a pick six and their second interception on the night, and it's now 58-7 Bisons.
Arkansas Tech defeated Southern Nazarene 26-6 to move to 2-0 for the first time since 2017 after leaning on the passing game midway through the second quarter. Tech quarterback Ethan Everson completed 23 of 33 passes for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. Senior wide receiver Caleb Tannis was Everson's main target, finishing the game with 7 catches for 153 yards and a touchdown. For the Crimson Storm, junior defensive back Kobe Nichols provided a spark with a 66-yard fumble return. Here's the call of the first Wonder Boy touchdown of the game, a 72-yard scoring strike from Everson to Tannis as called by Sam Strachner on River Country KCJC.
Everson takes the snap. Looks to throw deep down the far side for Tannis. Tannis makes a one-handed grab inside the 40, and nobody will catch Caleb Tannis. A 72-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Everson to Caleb Tannis, and the Wonder Boys are back on top.
This week in the Great American Conference, one Thursday night game, Harding at Arkansas Monticello. The rest are Saturday kickoffs. One afternoon game, 3 p.m. kickoff between Northwestern and Southern Nazarene in Bethany. The other 4 are 6 o'clock kickoffs. Oklahoma Baptist at Southeastern, Arkansas Tech at Henderson State, Ouachita at Southern Arkansas, and Southwestern at East Central. This has been the Week 2 GAC Rewind.
SNU is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
If you're watching our live stream, welcome. My name is Danny Thomason, and I'm the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. We're glad that you're enjoying our live stream. I just want to let you know that we believe that we can impact our student athletes here at Southern Nazarene University in three really important ways. First and foremost, always spiritually. We want our student athletes to grow spiritually. Secondly, we want them to grow academically. We want them to walk across that stage and get that degree, which is so important in their success in life. The third way is we want your athletes to be successful in their chosen sport. And we have an incredible staff of coaches and support staff that help them to do that, and a lot of resources. So thank you, and if you want more information about Southern Nazarene University Athletics, go to snuathletics.com, snuathletics.com, and remember, always bolts up. Woo!
SNU sets the standard for innovative servant leadership. Students from every discipline are exposed to leadership opportunities where they can thrive. In more than 45 majors, students experience true integration of faith and learning, rising to be leaders in their field. SNU is the place for educators to take the next step and earn a master's or doctorate in education and leadership, with over 400 ed leadership graduates serving across Oklahoma. If you're starting as a freshman or earning a master's or doctorate, SNU is the place for you.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back to halftime here in Bethany. Southern Nazarene trailing Northwestern Oklahoma State 14-0 at the break. Luke McConnell, Landry Franks back with you here on a hot day in Bethany, and it's been tough sledding for the Crimson Storm thus far. Just 65 total yards in the first half on 24 plays. The Rangers 139 yards of offense on 27 plays, averaging just over 5 yards per play. SNU just under 3 yards per play, but an encouraging final drive there to end the half, Landry, as SNU was able to move the ball pretty well down the field. Rashid Noel quarterbacking the Crimson Storm as they went 9 plays, 55 yards. Missed a field goal attempt at the end of the first half, so a little bit of a sour end to it with some negative plays that set up a longer field goal, but overall it was good to see some positive things from the offense down the stretch.
Yeah, really positive things that we hadn't seen really any other drive but that last one. So wanting to, they're going to have to get the defense needs to get the ball back to the offense and get them in some rhythm, continue that rhythm. Hopefully whatever kinks were going on, they got worked out. And I would expect to see a large dose of Rashid Noel, especially here at the start of this third quarter. Luke, I did think because Northwestern does have an ex-NFL coach, I wanted to just share some statistics about their coaching staff. So if you have to indulge me here.
Absolutely.
I know normally this is your thing, but you're just going to have to roll with me. On Northwestern's coaching staff, these are the positions that have been held by different Northwestern coaches. We have a defensive coordinator of Western Kentucky, a defensive end coach from Georgia Tech, a Detroit Lions defensive assistant, Atlanta Falcons defensive back coach, a Buffalo Bills defensive back coach, the defensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons, the head coach of the Houston Oilers, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, the defensive coordinator from Hawaii, Portland State's head coach, and then a variety of lower league level football head coaching positions, not to mention a NASCAR owner and former driver, all on this coaching staff. And you might be thinking, wow, that's a really diverse coaching staff. It certainly is, but all of those positions were held by one man, the defensive coordinator for Northwestern, Jerry Glanville, who the NFL Network ranked him like number 3 in most creative characters in NFL history. So he's certainly a legend in some form or fashion, and the Crimson Storm gets to take part in a little bit of Jerry Glanville history today.
And we've seen some wildly different formations defensively than we typically see on a GAC Saturday. We've seen 6 men up at the line of scrimmage. We've seen bare fronts with the middle linebacker in normal stance right in the middle over center. It's been interesting. And Coach Hayda talked to us earlier this week about how they had to come up with some base rules for how to read that, because it's just so wildly different than anything that SNU sees on a week-to-week basis.
He also said that, the defenses that he pulled up and watched were, not super recent, right? This is a defense from certainly Coach Glanville's time, and he's good at coaching them. You don't accidentally coach for this long. You don't accidentally become a head coach in the NFL. But he did say that, he was talking about the Houston Oilers to some of his players, and they were looking at him like he was crazy because the Houston Oilers existed before they were born. Really unique scenario just to have Jerry Glanville and a defense that's just so uncommon in today's spread offense era.
Just wild to see someone like that over there on the far sideline in Alva, Oklahoma, of all places. But
that's right.
But here we are. Right now, though, the Crimson Storm need to worry about moving the ball against the Rangers and shutting the Rangers' passing attack down. Brody Johnson, 11 of 12 in the first half, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Rangers in that first half. SNU will be kicking off to start the third quarter, kicking right to left and back deep for the Rangers. Number 13, Julian Jackson, and number 7, Jameek Johnson. Both those guys very fast individuals, and SNU needed to cover well here on this kickoff from Cameron Van Pruyen. With the win, though, would expect this one to be driven back through the end zone. Van Pruyen, the run up and the boot. High end over end kick. He's going to chase Johnson back to the 2. He bobbles it into the end zone, and he's coming out to the right side, and he's tripped up. I got a 10-yard line. Elijah Simons with a great special teams play and the second great special teams play of the game for SNU. David Omasigo got a blocked punt in the first half, and now SNU pins the Rangers back deep at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and that's how you want to start the first half. You want Northwestern to have the errors that seem to be coming your way in the first half. You want them to be pinned back deep, and SNU's in a good position here to take advantage of it.
1st and 10 for the Rangers. Come out 2 tight ends right, 2 wide receivers right. Here comes Travis Romar to the top of the formation. Now comes back in motion, gets the handoff, running to the left, and he's taken down in the backfield. They'll give him the line of scrimmage. Austin Martin and Jamari Johnson combining on the tackle. And Austin Martin in that nose tackle position has been outstanding so far this season. He's a guy that Coach Dustin Hayda mentioned preseason. He needs to be good for us to be good along the defensive line, and he has been exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you right there. He's big, he's physical, and he can move too, and makes a great read on that play. That play had 2 tight ends to one side, and then in motion a man to the tight end side. You could see the run coming all day.
Play clock down to 6. Ball on the right hash. 2nd and 10 for the Rangers. Johnson back to pass. Now he's under pressure. Omasigo missed him. Johnson escapes and runs through the tackle of Carter Brock up to the 13-yard line. So a gain of 3 on 2nd down, and Brock kind of flexing that right shoulder a little bit. Gonna shake that arm out.
Yeah. Looks like he's got some movement in it. That's good. Yeah, and unfortunately, he's in the disadvantageous position there. He's got a quarterback with a head full of steam coming right at him, and he's going to have to pivot and get in front of him, but does a good job not letting it get any further.
3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Darian Gill is the back to the left of Johnson. Johnson back to pass, looking left, fires it down the middle of the field. He's got Travis Romar up at the 31-yard line, gets to the 32 before taken down by Chris Hernandez for the Crimson Storm, but that will move the chains.
Yeah, and you send a blitz there in the middle linebacker position. You vacate the middle of the field, and that's where the pass goes.
It's a big pickup of 18 yards on 3rd and 7. A first down for the Rangers. Rangers have not been in a rush today. Haven't really pushed the tempo offensively at all. They're content to leave this SNU defense out on the field. 1st and 10. Johnson back to pass. It's a screen out to Romar, and he is hemmed in the backfield. SNU all over that one. It's a loss of 2 back to the 29-yard line. Nick Blanchard out there, along with a host of other Crimson Storm defenders. Really well defended there by SNU.
Yeah, they run a tunnel screen, which is back towards the line. And the line, you release people to go block downfield, but if you don't get a chip on the first level of defense, doesn't matter who you block downfield, and the SNU defense is surrounding the ball on that one.
2nd and 12, 12 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. The Rangers with a 2-score lead, 14-0. Johnson back to pass. Has time. Rolls to the left. Now he's going to run, and he's upended by Brock Omasigo also over there. Gain up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4, which makes it 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, you'll live with Johnson sprinting out, trying to be creative, getting 2, 3, 4 yards every time if you can prevent his really consistent passing game so far today.
Third and 8 for the Crimson Storm defense, trying to get off the field and give the ball back to the offense. 2 wide either side. Gill is the back. Johnson takes the snap, rolls right. Under pressure from Jamari Johnson, escapes 2 tacklers, and now he's in the open field. 40, and he's across the 45. Flag comes in from way downfield from the field judge. Landry, you were up out of your seat calling for that one.
Oh, man, yeah, it was pretty obvious to see. I think the safety, Randall, is coming down, and he's in position to make the play right at the sticks, and he gets shoved in the back, and every coach on SNU's sideline was in the ear of this line judge who isn't the one who makes the call, but it's the right call.
So they mark off 10 yards from the spot. Ends up only being a 4-yard penalty. Back to the 29-yard line from the spot of the foul. Yeah. Jamari Johnson nearly had Johnson in the backfield as well. I mean, Jamari Johnson has played really well so far this year. And he, Obina, and Carter Brock, it's a 3-headed monster in the middle of the SNU defense. So it's 3rd down and 12. And a new quarterback here for Northwestern. That's number 12, Caleb Deal. Sophomore out of Frisco Reedy High School. He trips up after a gain of 4, and SNU gets off the field after the holding penalty.
Yeah, good defensive stand right there by the Storm. They're doing what they've done all game. They've kept this Rangers defense relatively quiet. Now let's see the offense try to make something happen.
Sabady, high and over end kick, and Desmond Williams is interfered with. There's a flag down on the far side as well.
Yeah, I think
We've got flags everywhere. Flags on each sideline, and we're going to have a kick-catch interference.
Yes. I think it's going to – one of them is certainly going to be 12 men on the field, kick-catch interference. And then I don't see the third, Luke, but – oh, yes.
Might have 12 men on the field on both sides.
Yeah. A lot of canceling out penalties, and I don't know how that works when you get 3.
A plus B equals B plus C.
That's
A
right. You got to start.
Yeah,
so. You got to start using E equals MC squared, or I don't know. I'm not a math guy. That's your gig, Luke.
I will absolutely say that's my gig. Won't be shy about it. So, but let's see what we have. I didn't notice anything on the far sideline. Desmond Williams, the returner for SNU, was decked as he came up to catch the football.
Yeah, I mean, not a great punt. I mean, if it stays at the 40, it's a net of maybe 20 yards, 25 yards.
Yeah, I wonder how much these conversations are actually about the assessing and not what the actual penalty was. So let's hear from our official here. So it's just the kick-catch interference and the 12 men on the field for SNU. So the foul's offset, so we'll do it again at the 32-yard line. And Sabady will try to get a better kickoff, and Desmond Williams will try to not get decked before he catches it.
Too true. Yeah, the depth on the punt looks a little bit more this time. Still a one-handed. No, there we got 2 hands on the snap from the long snapper.
Spady sends this one end over end. Williams fills at the 40 on the run and is taken down immediately. Nice play in the open field there by number 23, Jashawn Foster, the running back. Michael Okawobi lost his helmet again on the punt return. No flags either way.
Yeah,
we've got a timeout on the field. 9:55 to go, third quarter. SNU trails 14-0. We'll take a break and be back with more. This is SNU football.
Watching our live stream, welcome. My name is Danny Thomason, and I'm the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. We're glad that you're enjoying our live stream. I just want to let you know that we believe that we can impact our student athletes here at Southern Nazarene University in 3 really important ways. First and foremost, always spiritually. We want our student athletes to grow spiritually. Secondly, we want them to grow academically. We want them to walk across that stage and get that degree, which is so important in their success in life. The third way is we want your athletes to be successful in their chosen sport. And we have an incredible staff of coaches and support staff that help them to do that, and a lot of resources. So thank you, and if you want more information about Southern Nazarene University Athletics, go to snuathletics.com, snuathletics.com, and remember, always bolts up. Woo!
Welcome back to Bethany. SNU trails 14-0. The defense gets another stop and gives the ball back to the offense. Crimson Storm have done a pretty good job defensively here today. A couple of great individual plays from the Rangers, resulting in the 2 touchdowns. It is Rashid Noel to start the third quarter. So SNU takes over 1st and 10 at their own 43. Colby Branch goes in motion to the top, makes it 3 receivers that way. Quick hitter over the middle to Jarrell Farr. A little bit of a high pass, but he snags it up at the 50-yard line for a nice gain of 7 on 1st down.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. That's just a true run-pass option, right? So I know Coach Hayda would say that most of their plays are run-pass option, but that one is more traditional, what you'd see on Saturdays or Sundays.
2 wide either side. Noel fakes the give to Farr, keeps it himself, picks his way down to the 45-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down for the Crimson Storm. Gain of 5 by Noel, and that's, again, a nice read by Noel. 5 yards, just what SNU wanted.
Yeah, that's right. I think he had both options there, Farr or him.
Moving quickly, another pop pass over the middle. This time Colby Branch evades a couple of tacklers inside the 30-yard line, down to the 28. And SNU pushing the tempo,
here it
moving
comes.
well. Also, Evan Sullivan, the redshirt freshman from Enid, is in at center right now for the Crimson Storm. 2 wide either side. Noel takes the snap, back to pass, pressure off the edge, lobs it down the middle of the field, just out of the reach of Colby Branch.
Yeah, Colby Branch, I don't know if he's catching that either way, but he was getting tackled as he's diving for that. Noel putting maybe just a little bit too much finesse on there. Yeah, Luke, like you said, the freshman center, this is someone that Coach Hayda has mentioned to us before. Normally freshman offensive lineman here for SNU is not very common, but they do like him and the talent he presents. Let's see how he holds up.
Tate Upchurch in at left tackle for this play as Andy Cardenas lost his helmet. 2nd and 10. 2 wide either side. Here comes Braxton Bird in motion. He's got it on the speed sweep, and he is taken down in the backfield. Big loss back to the 33-yard line. That was Rayshun Callahan. The left tackle Upchurch beat off the line on that particular play. Makes it 3rd down and 15. SNU going with the wind here in the 3rd quarter. This would be a 50-yard field goal from this point. And SNU obviously would prefer not that be the only option. 2 wide to either side. Noel back to pass. Has time. Evades the pressure. Escapes to the left. He's sacked. Back at the 40-yard line. They'll mark him down to the 38. That was Wilson Cal coming in from his linebacker position, and there's nobody open down the field. Noel just couldn't pull the trigger.
No, and I can't take a sack there. I mean, you have an option or an opportunity for maybe a long field goal. They're keeping the offense on the field on 4th and 25. Maybe you just take the 5-yard delay game penalty here.
15 on the play clock right now.
They're lining up like they're going for it. Kind of in no man's land, too.
Yeah, this is the definition of no man's land. 2 wide either side. Noel takes the snap. Back to pass. Blitz up the middle. Takes a shot. Looking down the field, and Donovan Hill nowhere close to the ball. It goes incomplete in the end zone. Noel didn't really give Hill a huge chance to catch that one, and Northwestern will take over 1st and 10 at the SNU 38-yard line. So another good sequence of plays derailed by a negative play. And
really you put a new left tackle in, and that jet sweeps to the left tackle side. And that's certainly not throwing shade at the substitute there. It's just it's just hard, especially in a position like offensive line where you are a bit of a rhythm player, to just come in cold turkey and try to make a block on someone who's fresh, or someone who on the defensive end has been getting snaps in, is familiar with the game speed. Maybe not fresh.
So it's Caleb Deal out there, the sophomore quarterback for the Rangers. Brody Johnson over on the sideline, appears to be limping maybe just slightly. The give is to Travis Romar around the outside. He's wrestled to the ground at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 8 as Melvin Adrian, redshirt freshman out of Waco, Texas, Midway High School, with the tackle. 2nd down and 2. Ball just inside the left hash.
Yeah, Johnson has his helmet on the sideline, but is not going back in.
3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Deal, run all the way, cuts it back up the middle, gets away from Colton Morris, and is finally tackled at the SNU 45-yard line by Kobe Nichols. But another nice gain on the ground for the Rangers, and Caleb Deal, much more of a running than a throwing threat for Northwestern.
They're gonna line up in these empty sets, but I doubt they throw anything down the field. Looked like the center moved there. Yeah, there's the false start.
Outside receiver definitely did. And he'll take the walk of shame across the entire field to be replaced.
He knows it too. Same wide receiver, number 15, Davenport, who made that incredible catch in the first quarter.
Formation remains the same. 3 wide receivers right, all off the line of scrimmage. 1 to the left on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, quad look with the tight end. I mean, they're probably a draw or screen here.
1st and 15 from midfield. Deal. Bubble screen out to the right side. That's Davidson. Runs through Jake Wright, who grabs him by the ankles and holds on. Gain of 5 down to the 45. 2nd and 10.
Luke, I'm pretty convinced that the quad formation only exists for bubble screens and draws, or a run to that side. You don't see very many functional pass plays out of quads.
So now with the ball on the right hash, Northwestern flips the formation. 3 left, 1 right. Here comes Romar. The give is to him. Speed sweep left. SNU all over it. Jake Wright setting the edge, allowing Adrian to come downhill for the tackle for loss back to the 46-yard line. Excellent job there by Jake.
Northwestern tipping their hand there with their formation lineup. They have 3 wide receivers on the far side with the tight end. Their middle wide receiver on the line of scrimmage, which means the tight end is covered up. So at best, he's going to be a pass blocker if they do throw the ball, but it's run all the way. If you see your tight end, especially the tight end for Northwestern, who's such a good receiver, covered up.
2 wide either side, 3rd and 11, 4:33 to go, 3rd quarter. Johnson is back in at quarterback. He's got it stepping up, and he's going to be taken down. Carter Brock flying in from his linebacker position. It's a gain of 2 on the scramble down to the 44-yard line of SNU. Brings up 4th and 9.
Yeah, you just wonder if Johnson is just not himself right now. Slow to get up on that play and only comes in on an obvious passing situation.
Deal is back in. You're on 4th and 9.
Watch this, a quick kick here. Yeah, I think SNU might be mindful to drop someone back to return this. Yeah, here comes a quick kick.
That's exactly that, and a nice one into the wind. Desmond Williams went back to try to catch it and slipped and fell. Luckily, he missed it. And then Davenport downed it at the 11-yard line. SNU caught 2 breaks there by Williams not touching it and Davenport immediately touching it.
Yeah, and Davenport catching it what seemed to be like right over the SNU defender. Oh, man.
That was an interesting sequence of events on that. But, again, the SNU defense giving their offense a chance. The offense just has to put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
14-0, 3:42 to go in the third quarter. It's been a fast-moving third quarter, Landry, and, if you're the Crimson Storm, you're fine with that. You want to play ball control and run the clock, but also you're down 2 scores and have struggled to
have ball control.
Yes, and struggled to put the ball in position to get in the end zone.
Yeah, and the point is obvious, right? They've got to get in the end zone. It's got to be this drive. They've got to score.
See who comes out at quarterback. It looks like Rashid Noel is going to stay as the guy for now.
Yeah, and he's played well. I mean, on the last drive, you can't take the sack on that third down. Just throw it away. Live to fight another day, especially if you're going to go for it on fourth down. But he's been the most consistent today.
Sullivan remains at center. Don't even see David Armijo down on the sideline right now. 2 wide either side. Jarrell Farr in the backfield. Takes the option pitch, trying to get outside up to the 10. And, he is just decked by Shu Delco, the 6'4 senior out of South Phoenix, Arizona. Takes Farr down after a gain of 2. And he might have come up the worst for it. He is down on the SNU sideline as the SNU training staff attends to him.
Yeah, they both got rolled up on over there. And he certainly laid the biggest impact, but I wonder if the impact on the ground is what has him still down.
Seeing some movement from Delco, so hopefully isn't anything too serious. But while he remains down and the training staff attends to him, we're going to step aside and be back when this is resolved. As soon as we cut to break, Delco hopped up and jogged off under his own power, thank goodness. So, second down for the Crimson Storm. Noel takes a snap, back to pass, has time, fires it on the wheel route down the sideline to Jarrell Farr, and it goes incomplete. Good coverage on the outside there by Ken Irving, running stride for stride with Jarrell Farr and kind of forced him out of bounds on the route.
Yeah, good defense. I mean, not only to be stride for stride with one of SNU's fastest players, but also to use your physicality in a legal way to push him out of bounds.
So 3rd and 10, 3:06 to go, third quarter. SNU scoreless and yet to find the end zone here in 2024. Cade Barron is the running back to the left of Noel, 2 wide either side. Noel back to pass. Fires it down the middle of the field, looking for Colby Branch and overshot him. It goes incomplete. So a 3 and out for the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, Luke, and you can just feel the offense wanting to make something happen. So every play on that drive feels like a shot for a touchdown. And there's just no consistency that has been happening in the other drives this second half.
Adam Atwell on to punt, standing a yard deep in his end zone with the win, though. Let's see how much he can get this. A high, booming kick from Atwell, and that chases Gill out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 57-yard kick.
Yeah, what a kick.
Adam Atwell to save some field position for the Crimson Storm with 2:53 to go in the third quarter.
70 yards in the air.
The SNU defense being asked to do a lot here this afternoon to keep the Rangers at bay while the offense tries to find its footing. It's Brody Johnson back out there at quarterback for Northwestern.
Yeah, I don't know if they like it. I think certainly there's got to be something going on with Johnson, but I do think they like the running option.
Johnson turns, gives to Foster. Tried to cut it back against the grain. Gains 1 across the 30-yard line to the 31. Had to dive forward to even get that. 2nd and 9. SNU holding the Rangers to just 2.2 yards per carry here this afternoon after holding Arkansas Tech to 14 yards on 29 carries a week ago. 2nd and 9, ball in the middle of the field. SNU jumps offside, free play for the Rangers upfield, and it's going to be incomplete, but we'll do it again after Devontae McCleveland jumped into the neutral zone. That'll make it 2nd down and 4 up at the 36-yard line of Northwestern. Good coverage there by Kobe Nichols on the free play, though. It's Jameek Johnson, quite the speedster out of New Brunswick, New Jersey, but Nichols stride for stride with him, found the ball, made a play on it. That's what you need from a cornerback.
Yeah, Kobe Nichols played well this season so far.
So much more manageable 2nd and 4. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Tight end Zamora on the right side of the line. Johnson takes a snap, gives to Foster. Omosigo missed tackle in the backfield, but Aaron Randall and Carter Brock there to clean it up. The veterans of this SNU defense right there, all 3 combining to make a nice play. Yard loss back to the 35. 3rd down and 5. SNU defense needing to get a stop with 1:50 to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 14. Scoreless this afternoon are the Crimson Storm. Ball on the left hash. Johnson takes a snap, back to pass. Has plenty of time. Now Omosigo putting pressure on. Johnson fires it down the field. He's got a wide open man. That's Chase Davidson, who somehow came wide open. Really kind of had 2 guys wide open. Jashawn Foster, the running back, was down there as well. But it's Davidson who comes up with the big play all the way to the SNU 18-yard line.
Yeah, secondary just scooted up when he started scrambling. And in fairness, he looked like he might have been past the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. It wasn't, he had a referee right there, but it was close, but no help on the back end.
So 1st and 10 Rangers at the SNU 18-yard line. Johnson, out route. Royal Kyle has it. And he steps out of bounds at the 12 for a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 as we're under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. The Rangers knocking on the door to make this a 3-score lead.
Yeah, defense has got to make a stop here.
2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Foster is the running back. Johnson gives it to him, running right up the middle, and Jamari Johnson hog ties him down at the 9-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 1. We'll see if the Rangers try to get one more play in with the wind in their face, or if they're going to take this to the 4th quarter. Looks like they're in no rush, so that's how the 3rd quarter is going to come to an end. The Rangers on the move, looking to extend a 14-0 lead. No scores in the 3rd quarter. The Rangers inside the SNU 10 with a 3rd down and 1 when we come back. We're through 3, 14-0. Northwestern Oklahoma State over Southern Nazarene. We'll be back with more after these messages.
SNU sets the standard for innovative servant leadership. Students from every discipline are exposed to leadership opportunities where they can thrive. In more than 45 majors, students experience true integration of faith and learning, rising to be leaders in their field. SNU is the place for educators to take the next step and earn a master's or doctorate in education and leadership, with over 400 ed leadership graduates serving across Oklahoma. If you're starting as a freshman or earning a master's or doctorate, SNU is the place for you.
Fourth quarter time in Bethany. The Crimson Storm trail Northwestern Oklahoma State 14-0. 15 minutes to decide this one, with the winner picking up their first win of the 2024 season. 3rd and 1 from the SNU 9-yard line. Big moment here for the SNU defense. Can they get the stop they desperately need? 2 wide right, 1 left. Johnson turns, gives to Foster over the right side. I don't think he got anything. If anything, he lost half a yard. It's 4th down. Great job by Austin Martin. Omasigo over there as well, as the left side of that SNU defensive line caving things down. Let's see what the Rangers opt to do here.
I mean, unless you don't have confidence in your kicker, you kick the field goal.
Make it a 3-score game. But they're going to go for it.
Yeah, quarterback sneak. Maybe it's going to 0.
Zamora, looks like this is going to be a tush push. Johnson, looks like he got the push he needed. Let's see. The officials are not giving a preferable spot here for Northwestern at all.
Man, it is right on the marker. I think they're going to say turnover. Oh, they gave him the first down. There's the first down.
Wow, there was no indication from any official on the field what just happened. That's not great. But a 1st and goal here for the Rangers as they get across the 9-yard line. Just what they needed. Same formation, 2 wide right. Foster up the middle, tackled by his shoestrings by Jake Wright down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, a little extracurricular pushing and shoving at the end. I don't know why the officials didn't even step in. I'm not saying they should have thrown a foul, but got to be a conversation somewhere. Coach Haight is asking for that. He's not getting any kind of response or look to the sideline even.
2nd and goal from the 3. Clock moving, 13 minutes to play. Gill is the running back to the right of Johnson. Johnson back to pass, looking to the corner of the end zone. Romar knocked away. Aaron Randall with a great defensive play.
Yeah, really, really good. Randall just uses his recovery speed to kind of get in the way of that ball. I think the pass hit off his helmet. It doesn't matter where it hits if you're in good position. It's a nice toss.
Romar came up like he was upset with the throw. Not sure why he was upset
yeah, he
with
doesn't
the throw.
Need to be.
It was
it's
about
like,
as good as it needed to be.
Just good defense.
3rd and goal, 2 wide either side. Johnson takes a snap, gives to Gill up the middle, stoned. Omasigo there with Carter Brock.
And here comes the field goal unit. And they must just not trust their special teams.
So they get 6 yards closer and decide to kick.
Get some.
In fairness, they ran off another minute or so.
That's true. If not more.
So 4th down from the 3. It'll be Tyler Fury. His first field goal attempt of the season, 2 for 5 last year. Ball on the right hash. It's a 20-yarder. And he puts it up. And
misses it.
He missed it.
And from here, it looked like that thing went right through. But he misses the chip shot field goal.
From 20 yards out, Fury, I think he pushed it wide right. So the SNU defense holds. And still trails 14-0, but a great stand by the defense inside the 10-yard line. Timeout on the field. We'll be back with the SNU offense after these messages.
SNU
No. $12:15 to play in the ball game. SNU with possession down 14-0 after the defensive stand on the missed 20-yard field goal. Bryson Evans back at quarterback. Fakes the give. Quick hitter over the middle to Jarrell Farr, and he is leveled by Delco once again.
Yeah, this is that RPO. They keep running kind of a stop route by the inside receiver. Fake the handoff, throw the stop route. And Jarrell Farr and a few others have been really cleaned up on that play.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Evans has to just spike the ball into the ground. We'll see what the ruling is on this, because it was going to be a bubble screen that was completely blown up.
Yeah, and there was a tight end in the area, 86, Conaway. And I think they are
going to get the flag for intentional grounding.
Yeah, and Bryson slips on that as he goes to throw the bubble screen, and then at the time what seemed wise was to throw it down, but you have to throw it to someone or in the area of someone, and that throw is just right in front of his feet.
So the officials determining where to mark this off. Should be loss of down at the spot of the foul, so it shouldn't be a big loss here. So
Maybe
3rd down
2
and
yards.
9 from the 21-yard line. So it doesn't hurt SNU from a distance standpoint too much, but obviously losing the down is an issue here. 3rd and 9, 11:45 to play. 3 wide receivers left. Zepeda to the left of Evans in the backfield. Evans has the snap, rolling to the left, flag down. That's going to be a hold, and it's incomplete on the far side. Nice defense out there by Cameron Lee, looking for Donovan Hill. We're going to get a hold in the middle of the SNU offensive line as Kobe Tillman came barreling through. See if Northwestern elects to. Northwestern will decline the penalty.
Yeah, and as much as you want and need points, you can't set your defense up for failure here. You've got to punt.
Adam Atwell back out to punt for the 5th time today. 11:39 to go. SNU still scoreless, trailing 14-0. And Atwell kicking into the win this time. Chancellor Gill standing at his 35. End over end kick. We'll see if SNU can get a good roll out of this. Dies at the 45-yard line. And that's where the Rangers will put it in play, 1st and 10. With 11:29 to go in the ball game. Major, the defense has done their part today.
Yeah,
Rangers 256 yards, 193 of those through the air, 5.2 yards per play, but Crimson Storm offense just 87 yards so far this afternoon.
The defense, has been excellent against an offense that's looked pretty poised, but with no support from the offense. It's been a tough day.
2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Brody Johnson, the quarterback. Turns, gives to Darian Gill. Up the middle, he tries to go. He can't go anywhere because Emmanuel Obina came around and took him down for a 1-yard loss back to the 44-yard line. Once again, these middle linebackers, they've been all over the place.
Yep. Yeah, and when you have a 3-down lineman front, you really need your 2 middle linebackers on inside zone or any kind of inside run, even if it's a counter or something like that. They're the ones that need to make the play, and your defensive linemen are slowing the offensive front.
2nd and 11 from the right hash. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Johnson takes a snap, back to pass, fires it to the far side. It's incomplete. Wide of Travis Romar. Good coverage out there by Colton Morris, the outside linebacker. Stride for stride with Romar. Had no space, and Johnson forced to throw it wider than he wanted. And that stops the clock as well with 10:39 to play. 3rd and 11.
Having
3 wide left, 1 right. Johnson a hard count. Now checks to the sideline with 15 on the play clock. Gill is the running back to the left of Johnson. Play clock down to 8. Johnson barks out the signals. Takes a snap. Looking left, fires it down the seam. It's going to be nearly intercepted. Incomplete is the final result. But Quentin Smith had it in his hands. It deflected off his hands into the chest of Chase Davidson, who was sprinting toward the end zone. He couldn't haul it in. And at the end of the day, just an incomplete pass where everyone's heart level went up, down, up, down.
That's right. Yeah. And
oh, my goodness.
I mean, that drive it was less than a minute. So the defense is still giving this offense chances. They've got to go capitalize.
Sabady, high spiraling kick. Williams catches it at the 8, trying to make something happen, and he's going to be taken down after a gain of 2 or 3.
Yep. Yeah. Think he let that one.
They're gonna mark him back at the 9. He was contacted at the 12. It's kind of rough.
Yeah.
No forward progress given at all there.
No, I think he needs to let that one bounce. It's got enough momentum behind it. It's going to roll into the end zone, unless it just takes a spectacular bounce. But then the tackle too seemed like one of those
hip drop tackles.
Yeah, or body slams almost, and pretty sure you can't do that, but I don't know everything.
Rashid Noel back out there at quarterback for SNU. He's got it. Quick hitter to Colby Branch. Up across the 20. Makes a man miss. 25. Looking for blockers. He's got him on the near side. 35-40. It's a race to the end zone. 50, 40, 35, 30. And finally taken down out of bounds.
There is a flag on the 30. It's going to be a block in the back on the Storm. You finally get a big play, and it's going to come all the way back.
It was Isaiah Kellum who raced to track down Colby Branch.
Yeah, and unfortunately the fans don't like it, but it is the right call.
It will result in a first down still, but it went from a gain of 50 or 60 to a gain of 10.
Yeah, and there's really no need for it. It's so far behind the play. I mean, this is the story of the offense today, that when there's a positive, there's too many negatives. And Colby Branch, he's probably had certainly the best game of his season, but he's had one of the better games of his career today, and it's going to get overshadowed by some of the mistakes that have happened from this Crimson Storm offense.
Branch deservedly getting some wind on the sideline. Clock runs, 10 minutes to play, but it is a first down at the SNU 21-yard line. Devon Sparks out there for SNU in the slot, his first action today. He goes in motion. Noel fakes the give to him, trying to pick his way left side. He's got some space. Tries to get upfield across the 30-yard line up to the 33-yard line. Delco with the tackle. They only give him the 32. Spotting always an issue.
Yeah, Noel, I mean, good run there, but he's got to get out of bounds. Every second counts right now. Good run, good read, but get out of bounds.
SNU going quickly, and a false start here.
Yeah,
Rashid Noel wanted the snap, but Sullivan.
Yeah, I think that's on the center here. Everyone else on the offense seemed to go forward. Yeah, like you said, Noel, not just saying down to the head, but also giving him clap, 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 and no center movement.
So the 5-yard penalty pushes it back to the 27-yard line, 1st and 15.
Yeah, clock's still running.
9:10 to go. SNU needs 2 scores, 14-0. The Rangers lead this. Diamond formation in the backfield for the Crimson Storm. Give us to Jarrell Farr, running left, finding the block is Zepeda across the 35, across the 40, up to the 40-yard line. So again, the spotting dubious at best. There's zero chance that the ball was at the 40-yard line when Farr went down. Either way, a gain of 13 on first down, 2nd and 2 from the left hash. 40-yard line of the Crimson Storm, 8:30 to go. Noel takes the snap, quarterback draw, picks his way across the 40, runs over a defender. He's got the first down to the 43-yard line. Clock continues to move, as it does now in college football.
It has taken 2+ minutes to run 3 plays. I mean, I know that they're not a fast-paced offense, but it's got to pick up the pace here.
SNU with all 3 timeouts in their back pocket. And Landry, part of this has to be because of the defensive performance and probably the confidence that Coach Destin Hayda feels that SNU, if they score here, is able to get the stop they need and get the ball back to the offense.
Right. You'd like 4 to 6 minutes to do that, and we're creeping up on that pretty quickly.
Noel, quarterback run, loss of 1 as the entire Northwestern defensive line was in the backfield on that play. 2nd down and 11 from the 42-yard line. Clock coming up on 7 minutes to play, halfway through the 4th quarter. Two wide right, Colby Branch to the left. Weston Smith, the running back for the first time today for SNU. Noel, quick hitter to Braxton Bird. He's got it up to the 47-yard line. They'll give him the 48.
Yeah, and you'd like Braxton Bird to go north and south, north, I guess. It's funny we say north, south, east, west for football when we just mean up the field and back. Anyway, you'd like him to go up the field as soon as he catches that ball. I know he's run into space, but you go up the field because you don't know who's behind you.
It is fascinating because the Earth is a sphere, so the distance is the same east-west as it is north-south. 3rd and 5 from the SNU 48-yard line. Crimson Storm need the 47 of Northwestern. Quick hit outside. Donovan Hill has it. Makes a man miss. And he gets out of,
Yeah, I don't think he got out of bounds.
But I don't think it would have mattered anyway at this point because clock only stops for a couple seconds before the 2-minute timeout. But it is a first down to the Northwestern 45. 6 minutes to go. SNU had a lot of success with the hurry up and have slowed things down a little bit, but still moving the ball well here on this possession. Eight on the play clock for Noel. Here comes Sparks in motion. Noel, quarterback run, dives forward across the 40-yard line down to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Clock continues to move.
Yeah, and we got to hurry here. Creeping under 5 minutes. Having success. They got to finish this drive. It's right here.
2 wide either side. Smith, the running back. Noel going to try to run for it. He fires downfield, looking for Donovan Hill, is wide open. Makes a sliding catch at the 10. No, incomplete.
Yeah, it did look like it kind of one-hopped into his belly, but the referee who called it incomplete had maybe the worst view on it. Begging Coach Hayda for a review.
Noel got laid out on the play as well. 3rd and 2, 5 minutes to go. 2 wide right, 1 left for the Crimson Storm. Noel fakes the give to Smith, now bubbles it out to Jarrell Farr. He's got space on the outside. 35-30, and tackled inbounds, according to the official.
Oh, man, I don't know about
that. At the 30-yard line. Tough break for SNU there. And again, the clock only stops for a moment, but every second counts at this point. 1st and 10, SNU. And now we have our first cramp of the day.
Yeah, convenient cramp for the Storm.
It's Ken Irving, who's down getting stretched out by a teammate. Landry, not going to lie, on a hot day like today, kind of impressed that we got all the way to the 4:36 mark before anyone went down with a cramp.
Yeah, certainly. You know, this is it's interesting. But I was listening to something this week that said that, we associate cramps with hydration, and certainly that can have an effect, or potassium intake or sodium levels, and certainly all those things can have an effect. But really, some people are just more prone to cramping, right? So it's not necessarily, you could be really dehydrated, Luke, and not cramp at all. Or you could be really hydrated and
cramp every time.
Yeah, just go down. So, I found that interesting. I'd always associated those things together, and certainly there is some correlation, but not the sole correlation.
This has been Health Watch.
That's right.
With Luke and Landry. Hopefully you're not one of those more prone to it,
That's
folks.
Right.
Noel takes a snap, rolling left. Needing help. And he's got his man. That's Sparks. Devon Sparks out there at the 20-yard line. Gain of 10. First down for the Crimson Storm. In the red zone for the second time today. 4:15 to go. Again, SNU with all 3 timeouts remaining and a lot of confidence in what the defense has done today to be able to get the stop needed to get the ball back should SNU score. But they have to score here first.
And they need to run their best plays. So normally I'm in favor of speeding it up, but when you're in the red zone, you got to run the plays that are going to get you in the end zone. And so if you need to take time to make sure you got the right one, you do it.
Noel takes the snap, rolls right. Looking, fires it underneath. Donovan Hill has it, and he gets out of bounds this time. Nope, the line judge again.
I think
calling him inbounds.
He fell with the football inside, but his feet seemed to be outside when he hit the ground.
So it's a gain of 5 to the 15-yard line. SNU hustling to the line of scrimmage. 3:22 to go. Trailing 14-0. Noel takes the snap. Back to pass. Finds space at the middle. Oh, jukes the middle linebacker out of his shoes and walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think that middle linebacker is not going to want to watch that film back as Noel gets the Crimson Storm's first touchdown of the season at a crucial moment.
What a drive for the Crimson Storm. 91 yards after the missed field goal by the Rangers. It all started with the big play to Colby Branch. It was called back, but still that was the catalyst. The extra point from Van Pruyen. It is up, and it is good. Flags on the field. We might have had too many men on the field for the Rangers.
Yeah, that seems to be what the call is.
So with 3:09 to go in the ball game, our new score, Northwestern 14 and SNU 7. And Landry, I'm not the one making the quarterbacking decisions here.
Yeah,
but
I think
SNU might have found their guy.
Yeah, I think we know what the answer is after today. That was kind of the hope that there would be some consistent play, and Evans hasn't played terrible today.
Not at all.
But Noel in the last 3 drives has looked the more confident, more relaxed, more composed quarterback. But Luke, we've praised the defense all day today, and now is the time that they put it to the test. Here, they've got to.
Put up or shut up.
That's right. And, I don't know if you're going to
say.
Yeah. You got teenagers, Luke. You can say that. So just don't say it around them or they'll mock you.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll see an onside. I think you just get a regular kickoff here. Northwestern expecting an onside, looks like.
We got the whole hands team out here, everybody between the 45s.
I just don't think you give them good field position. You've really got 4 timeouts because you scored before the 2-minute. Do they call it a 2-minute warning in college, or is it 2-minute timeout?
2-minute timeout is the official wording.
Yeah, NFL got that licensed.
I guess.
And better not say it too much.
And it's fooled me pretty much every time. Van Pruyen ready to kick this one away. High pooch kick. It's going to come down to Jackson at the 25. He dropped the ball! And it's still loose! Travis Romar has it, and he has all the space in the world, and he's going to take this all the way back for a Ranger touchdown. There is a flag back at the 37-yard line. Oh, my goodness. There is a flag back at the Ranger 37-yard line. I think this is coming back, but SNU just missed a golden opportunity. It is on the Rangers.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh,
it was
my goodness.
in the hands of a Crimson Storm player and scored it out somehow and bounced into to one of the most skilled position players for Northwestern. You couldn't make that up, Luke. You couldn't make it up.
We've had a discussion on here about how the football being an odd shape makes it very awkward to just land on when you're recovering a fumble.
Yeah, and it just squirted right out.
I think it was Elijah Simons who dove for it, and it got away from him.
Yeah.
But, oh, my goodness.
Credit to Van Pruyen. He did something that's kind of tricky, right? That high onside, right? He's been kicking that all game. But when you're kicking into the wind, you really want to launch that thing into the air, because the higher it goes in the air, the longer it's in the air, the more it's going to do funky stuff. And that ball died on its way down.
So the 15-yard illegal blindside block, and I think Van Pruyen was the one who drew the blindside block penalty. So it puts it 1st and 10 at the 22 for Northwestern. Northwestern has not been able to run the ball, so let's see if they keep throwing the ball.
Yeah, I doubt it. Surely you're going to hand it off even though you can't run.
The give is to Gill, trying to pick his way. Up to the line of scrimmage he goes.
And there is
SNU opting not to use a timeout here.
Yeah, maybe wanting to potentially save one. They're going to have to snap the ball again before the 2-minute timeout, not warning. But maybe save 1 or 2 for your offense.
2.5 minutes to go. The Rangers will snap this with about 2:10 on the clock. 2 wide to either side. Gill is the back.
Yeah, and you're going to see another run. I don't know why you'd pass here if you're Northwestern.
Johnson takes a snap. Gives it to Gill. Gill got away from Omasigo. Hurdles a man and gets up to the 30-yard line. And now SNU will call a timeout. They actually gave him the 31. David Omasigo had him right at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't quite.
Yeah, I think Omasigo would have had him if face masks were illegal.
So SNU burns their first timeout with 2:03 to go. So they got it on this side of the 2-minute timeout. So SNU needing a stop right here on 3rd and 1. It's like maybe a long one and a half. The ball just on the left side, the far side of the 30-yard line, going toward the Northwestern end zone. They have to get it up to about just short of the 32-yard line. So it's a long 1, short 2, whichever one you want to call it. But by SNU not burning that first timeout, now they still have 3 timeouts in their pockets, essentially, should Northwestern be able to convert here. Even if Northwestern gets this one and SNU makes the stop on the other next series of 3, the clock will not expire thanks to the 2-minute timeout. 5 wide set.
Yeah, it's
for
going
the Rangers.
Watch the jet sweep here. Something outside run or a quarterback draw. There's no way they're passing.
Brody Johnson, quarterback draw all the way, and I don't think he got it.
They're giving him the 31. I mean, it's going to be right there, Luke.
Clock needs to stop and be reset.
To the 2.
So it goes to the 1. So the clock is at 1:57. I don't think they got the first down. There's been no indication. We're going to have a measurement probably. He looks short from our angle. It looks like it's marked right at the 31-yard line. He needed a little bit past the 31 for the first down. So I think we've got 4th down here. Landry, how gutsy are you? You go for this if you're Northwestern. Do a push here.
You punt it. You punt it. I don't know, though. They haven't been able to punt at all. I think they're going to give him the first down here.
Dustin Hayda trying to gain the officials' insight. Well, the initial line is clearly not at the 21. So I think this is going to be short. Because that ball is nowhere close to the 32-yard line.
Are they going to measure, or what is going on? They still, I don't think they've still made a call whether it's, okay, they've just motioned that it is 4th down.
That's always helpful. Communication is good in every facet of life.
They're not giving too many signals. I'm sure they all talked about it to each other, but 4th down, yeah, now the defense finally knows it's 4th down. Does the offense know it's 4th down? It's the greatest mystery in this game so far, Luke. What down is it?
Ronnie Jones had the red flag in his hand, but they are going to punt. So SNU gets the stop they needed.
Yeah, and this is, they've got the punt team out. Just punt safe, right? You catch the ball. Catch the ball if you're the punt returner.
And if you're SNU, do not get close to the punter.
That's right. Just smart. You don't need a block punt right now. I mean, it'd be helpful, but catch the ball. Catch the ball.
Sabady. High punt. Lands at the 30. Stay away from it, Dez. And it's fielded at the 26-yard line. And the defense gets the job done. It's on the SNU offense with 1:48 to play. 2 timeouts. Excellently managed there by Dustin Hayda.
Yes.
Little bit iffy decision there by Omasigo to leap. You cannot leap the shield.
Yeah, and I
mean football. So if he had been straight on and done that would have been possibly could have been flagged. But he was to the outside as he leaped. So fortunate there. But whoo. Here we go, Landry. 1:48 to go. 2 timeouts for the Crimson Storm. They need a touchdown and the extra point. Ball just outside the 25-yard line, 75 yards away.
Yeah, and the play clock has started. They need to go get lined up. There is 15 seconds. You cannot waste a timeout here. You need to get lined up. There needs to be pace. 8 seconds.
3 wide right, 1 left. Noel with 3 on the clock. 2, 1. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Now steps up. Pump fakes. And he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. A little bit slow to get up. No gain on first down. Clock moves. 1:35 to go.
Yeah, I need to pick up the pace.
1:25 to go. Noel takes a snap, rolling to his left. Fires it in the flat. Donovan Hill makes the catch. He is down in bounds, though, so SNU is going to have to hurry. 1:10 to go, up to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, SNU.
Yeah, it needs to hurry. The wide receivers need to get lined up faster, quicker. This needs to be...
Officials wind the clock. Clock is moving. And now the officials stop play.
I think the clock should have been higher. It ran about 3 seconds off after the first down. So give SNU a break here.
The Crimson Storm still need to get in formation and be ready. They've got the play call. You hear the SNU faithful chanting offense. Not sure if I've heard a full crowd offense chant before, Landry, but the Crimson Storm imploring their squad. Now clock is moving. Farr comes in motion. 2 wides either side. Noel back to pass. Fires it in the flat. Farr, it is incomplete. No, it's a catch. It looked like he got interfered with.
Yeah, he certainly did. He got tackled before the ball came to him. No official throws the flag.
7-yard gain. Clock is moving.
47
seconds to go. SNU has 2 timeouts. 41 seconds.
Yeah.
3 wide left, 1 right. Noel takes the snap. Back to pass. Fires it in the flat to Donovan Hill. Running upfield
and
inside
he gets out of
45.
bounds.
Finally got out of bounds at the Northwestern 43-yard line. 29 seconds to go.
At this point, you're saving 1 timeout for a last-second throw, and your other timeout needs to be to set up so you can do that last-second throw, especially as you get closer and closer towards the end zone. your time management becomes about the last play and not so much about getting it down there with time to spare.
3 wide right, 1 left. Noel back to pass. Has time. Looking in the pocket. He's in trouble. And he is going to be sacked back at the 45, and SNU burns their second timeout. And Noel lost his helmet on the play.
Yeah, I do think if you do take a timeout, he can go back in. His helmet was also pulled off by another player.
It was Wilson Cowell who got back there for the sack all the way back at the SNU 44-yard line. And that's one that Noel's just got to throw it away.
Yeah, he's got to let it go.
So 19 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
the down and distance at this point don't really matter too much.
You have 3 plays. I mean, if you get a first down, you have 3 plays. But really, you're looking for out routes if you can get them to preserve timeouts. But just thinking time-wise and how long Noel has been looking at his wide receivers. I mean, that play was 10 seconds. So at best, you have 3 plays. You're looking towards the end zone more and more. You know what sometimes is open on these situations, Luke, is a seam right up the middle because people are hedging towards the out of bounds because you need to stop the clock. But with the timeout, you know, there might be something to a tight end up the seam.
So Noel able to stay out there because of the timeout, even though he lost his helmet. Officially 2nd and 22. Back at the SNU 44-yard line. 19 seconds to go. SNU down to 1 timeout. Northwestern keeping things close to the line of scrimmage. Noel rolls to his right, fires, out route. Donovan Hill, easy catch up at the 43-yard line of Northwestern. They mark it at the 44. That took 5 seconds. Just like you said, Landry, get those out routes.
Yeah, and if you're hitting out routes, you got maybe 2 more, and then you're going to have to take a shot at the end zone. But that shot at the end zone's coming.
.14 seconds left. Ball on the right hash, 3rd down and 11. Noel rolls to the left. He's got space, runs it, scoots out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 8 seconds left. It's 4th down.
Yeah, this is your shot at the end zone. Unless you feel confident you can do a 5-yard out route for a first down, automatic, this is your shot towards the end zone. This is it.
It's 4th and 5 from the 38. Ball is on the left hash. And the last thing you want, Landry, is to run out of time without even taking a shot at the end zone. Northwestern has pulled 7 guys at the 25 and in.
Yeah, your routes have to be in the end zone here.
Noel back to pass.
Yep.
And now he has to throw it. Gets it to Hill, and he steps out of bounds.
1 second
left. First down, Crimson Storm inside the 25.
That's about as close as you're ever going to want to feel.
Man, we were about to have 2013 Iron Bowl moments here. There was one. 2009 Big 12 Championship. There was 1 second left.
That's right.
So SNU uses their last timeout here to set up what could be the game-tying play. And this is a great position, Landry, because it's not a Hail Mary. It's not just hope and pray. 23 yards from the end zone is a simple – it's not simple here in this situation for sure, but it's not a trying to get the quarterback to make a 45-yard throw on a dime.
That's right. You have plays in your playbook for this scenario, whereas a 40-yard, you gotta have it touchdown. You don't really have them. You just kind of toss it up there and hope something good happens. But you have your quarterback has better arm strength in this range. You can do all kinds of different pass protections because you're that close to the end zone.
1 second left. 14-7 Northwestern. SNU ball on the right hash at the 23-yard line. Noel is the quarterback. Zapata the running back. 3 wide receivers to the right. Number 82, Cotton Tanner, 6'4", freshman out of Brock, Texas, is in. Jump ball scenario. Max protection here. Noel lobs it toward the end zone. It's up for grabs, deflected and incomplete. And Northwestern Oklahoma State hangs on.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want it catchable. Noel put it where it needed to be, but just too many Ranger defenders. Yeah, you gotta hold your head up if you're SNU. It was a tough the first 3 quarters of offense, but the fourth quarter you came to life. You looked like a football team who's ready to play, and that's not the way you want to lose. But you didn't lose with your tail between your legs either.
14-7, the Rangers pick up their first win of the season. SNU drops to 0-3 with a trip to Southwestern on tap for the Crimson Storm next week. And Landry, I think you said it. SNU fought to the end. They looks like they have found their quarterback that they're going to be able to rally around and push forward now through the rest of the season. And regardless of who the quarterback is, Coach Haight has always told us equal reps in practice. So as far as the practice split goes, nothing's going to change if in fact Rashid Noel is the guy going forward for the Crimson Storm. Not suddenly he's getting 80%,
right.
Bryson Evans and the other guys are splitting 20. That's not going to change, but it is something mentally that the Crimson Storm are going to be able to rally around and identify, hey, this is our guy, this is the leader we're going to follow, and it allows one guy at the quarterback position to blossom and to really seize that leadership opportunity as well.
Yeah, and you can be more specific on your game plans based on what quarterback you have playing and what his skill set is. And I think Noel, obviously we've seen it today. He feels pretty comfortable on a boot or on a rollout when he's throwing, and where Evans I think was more stationary in the pocket. So you're able to design plays that are maybe more effective for him. Certainly not. I think when you watch back the film, there's going to be a lot of things that you wish you could fast forward through, in particular on the offense. But that fourth quarter just showed you the kind of team that SNU can be when they're playing with confidence and playing in rhythm. So, want to win games. You don't come play football to lose. But they should be really encouraged this week as they practice with some of the things they did well in the fourth quarter.
SNU finishes the game 244 yards, just over 4 yards per play. The Rangers 264, 4.8 yards per play. Neither team ran the ball very effectively today. 71 on 35 carries for the Rangers, 68 yards on 31 carries for SNU, and a lot of that, sack yards. SNU sacked 6 times today, and we're over 100 yards gained, but lost 30-some yards just as a result of those sacks, and that certainly affected the way, especially the first 3 quarters, went for the Crimson Storm. Rashid Noel, 17 of 25, 166 yards, 1 interception. Bryson Evans finished 2 for 3 for 10 yards. Noel, the leading rusher, 57 yards, and the touchdown run. Jarrell Farr, 16 yards on the ground, 13 for Colby Branch, who also had 4 catches for 49 yards today. Donovan Hill led SNU with 6 catches for 64 yards. Jarrell Farr also had 5 catches for 33 yards. And Landry, like you said, that fourth quarter, SNU rolled up 158 yards of offense.
Yeah.
Noel, 11 of 14 passing. They were 2 for 4 on third downs. Got the fourth down on that final drive as well. And held the Rangers to just a single first down and 14 rush yards in the fourth quarter.
Right.
The defense, again, did a great job today. They played well enough for SNU to have a chance to win the ball game, and hopefully that fourth quarter is what SNU needed to play complementary football.
Yeah. Yeah, if you play 3 quarters, not even all 4, but if you play 3 quarters like you did in the fourth quarter, we're talking about a blowout. We're talking about 28-7 or something like that. But it just took so long during the game today to get them going. So certainly look to improve over the next few weeks.
So SNU on the road at Southwestern next week, and then they travel for the first of 2 really tough games at Southern Arkansas on October 5th before they return home to take on Henderson State. 3 road games in the next 4 as they will travel to Southeastern after the Henderson State game. So tough sledding coming up for the Crimson Storm, but you can look at that stretch now maybe knowing a little bit more about who you are as a team and can hopefully be able to put some good things together, especially next week against Southwestern. The Bulldogs definitely improved in their first year under Andrew Rice, but that's definitely a game that SNU has plenty of opportunity to go win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should, as they did with this game, they're going to have opportunities to compete and to win, and that's the mindset they have as a team. We know that, but they need to go do it next week.
So that's going to do it for us this afternoon from Bethany. Southern Nazarene falls to 0-3 with a 14-7 loss to Northwestern Oklahoma State. Again, on the road next week at Southwestern, and then October 5th at Southern Arkansas. We'll be back with you October 12th, 3 weeks from today, to take on Henderson State. The Reddies coming to town with possibly a national ranking beside their names still at that point in the season. Plenty of football to be played between now and then, but we'll see a very good Henderson State team nonetheless on October 12th. 2 o'clock kickoff here from SNU Football Stadium for that one, and we look forward to seeing you then. For all of us here at SNU Athletics, for my partner Landry Franks, I'm Luke McConnell saying good afternoon from Bethany, and bolts up, everyone.